The following is a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio. Our coverage of Dowling Catholic High School sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Mercy One, and Skeffington's Formalware. Thank you for supporting Dowling Catholic Sports on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Dowling will be the 4 seed in the state in Class 5A. All those things are good, but it's the second time around, and it's Johnston and Dowling here at the Dowling Gym, and in a night that we're seeing a late arriving crowd, but it's going to be a good one, and it might be a vocal one.
Yeah, this is a measuring stick game for the Maroons. I mean, Johnston's been the dominant program for girls basketball arguably for the last 4 years. I know they lost in the championship a couple years back, but they've won 2 out of the last 3. They're the heavy favorites this year to win state again. And they're a veteran club, and, I mean, they do start a freshman, but that freshman's Jenica Lewis is listed in ESPN Hoop Girls top 25, so that just adds to their talent pool, and it's a good challenge for Dowling. The first game ended up being a 16-point difference, I believe it was, but Dowling led at half. So can they be consistent for 32 minutes and have a chance at the end? That's what you're really fighting for, is to see how much you've improved and how much closer you are to this top-seeded team.
Absolutely. Well, tonight we're going to find out, where the measuring stick is, because the Maroons and Johnston met 3 times last year, twice during the regular season, and then, of course, the first round of state. So part of that 42-game winning streak has 3 victories by Johnston over Dowling.
Right, and they're just so consistent. I mean, even in the first game where Dowling was ahead at the half, they did a good job of maintaining tempo. Johnston likes to get out and run a lot, and Dowling maintained the tempo, controlled the ball, and halftime arguably was the worst thing that happened to Dowling. They went in. Johnston came out and had a much more consistent effort. Dowling's offense kind of sputtered, only scoring 13 points in the second half, which really hurt them. I mean, 18-9 in the third quarter for Johnston, and then 13-4. So Dowling really struggled that second half. So, again, it's about, with a young team like Dowling, it's about building that consistency to maintain your effort the whole time. And as coaches, you've got to stay positive because you know what you're up against, but you've got to encourage. Dowling's got a lot of significant talent here that can compete. It's just the confidence factor. You've got to keep the confidence up throughout the game for the girls.
No question about it. And tonight, as we've may or may not have discussed, the Maroons are going to be down a player, as off the bench, Marin Heller will not be available tonight. She's off to a softball camp this weekend. She had 2 scheduled, and this is the second one. And, of course, as I've heard, nobody knew who the games were against, and it happens to be Johnston tonight. So the Maroons are going to be with a 6-player rotation, maybe 7 if need be. So this could be very important that the 6 girls in the rotation, at least to start with, understand the game and understand they've got to stay out of foul trouble, yet competing and keeping that defensive effort against a very fine and athletic Johnston team there, Scott.
Right. I mean, you just have to view it as if it was an injury. What would you do? It's got to be the next person that's going to step up, and who's going to take advantage of the opportunities that will be there. There are plenty of girls on this team that can put the ball in the basket. They just haven't done it consistently, other than Ava Zedeker, who has had a tremendous second half of this season. And she's led the way, but she needs some help, and especially in a situation like this, more balance would be good, but she's going to give you her best effort, and hopefully the rest of the team steps up tonight and gives themselves a chance at the end, because, again, the talent is there to compete. It's just, is the confidence there?
Yeah, no question about it. As again, you're listening to the pregame show here on Iowa Catholic Radio. It's Dowling and Johnston, CIML girl-boy doubleheader here at the Dowling Gym. Place is filling up. Upper bleachers are starting to fill, and we're going to have a good one. The purple folks from Johnston will be sitting amongst us, behind us, and, of course, the Dowling fans across the way. We've got a tremendous officiating crew here tonight. And Scott, before we go to our first break, I also want to thank Brian Sweeney for being on board tonight. He's helping us with he is our studio producer tonight, and we appreciate Brian. But what are some of the things you see as we move into the pregame here, Scott, or some of the matchups that you see?
Well, again, last game, the thing about Johnston that makes them so impressive, and when you see this with great teams, the best teams do the simplest things well. So they execute the simplest plays. It's not anything great that they're doing. They just execute. And so their consistency, can Dowling match their consistency tonight of execution Can Dowling keep them off the boards? Last game on the offensive boards alone, Johnston had 20 offensive boards to Dowling's 5. So you're giving yourself 15 extra opportunities just there. And then can you bring the turnovers down? The first game, Dowling had 15 turnovers to Johnston's 6. So between those two things, that's 24 extra opportunities on offense for a team like Johnston that you just cannot give them. And then Dowling has to defend without fouling, being down one of their key players. But again, whoever comes off that bench has to perform at a high level tonight, and it's an opportunity that you should look forward to and try to take advantage of moving forward.
All right, let's take a look at some other games in the Central Iowa Metro League tonight, and also the Iowa Alliance Conference in their first year. In the CIML tonight, Urbandale is at Valley. That is, these are all girl-boy doubleheaders beginning at 6:15. Ankeny is at Southeast Polk. That game would be televised on CISN, as will Waukee Northwest at Waukee. The Battle of Waukee for the second time. That game will also be on CISN. Other games has a boys-only contest at Ankeny. It'll be Ankeny Centennial hosting Omaha Burke, and that game will start at 7:30. The Ankeny Centennial girls have the night off, and both Marshalltown teams have the night off as we move over to the Iowa Alliance. Roosevelt is at North, east at Lincoln, Hoover, Ottumwa, Ames at Fort Dodge, and Mason City at Waterloo. All girl-boy doubleheaders tonight. Tomorrow, in boys contest right here at the Dowling Gym, Iowa City West will be Dowling's first game outside of the CIML Conference, believe it or not, this year. Iowa City West at Dowling. The sophomore game gets underway at noon. The boys to follow at 1:30 here. And that game will be here at the Dowling Gym. We will have no radio for that. The other game has a girls-only contest. Waukee Northwest heads to Omaha. They take on Millard North out of Omaha. And they'll be playing at the Creighton University. And that's an 8 o'clock start tomorrow night for Chris Guess and the Waukee Northwest Wolves. That's part of the Nebraska Prep Classic. Waukee Northwest and Millard North at Creighton University in Omaha. So there you go.
That's a fun one. Kids like doing that stuff, and that's probably a good program builder for Chris and his girls.
But I guarantee it's not going to start. If it starts at 8 o'clock, I may have to wear a Waukee Wolves T-shirt to the next game. I don't think that's going to happen. But nonetheless, that's the lineup tonight. We'll try to keep you posted when we can with some of the games. We're going to take a break here on Iowa Catholic Radio. We'll take a 1-minute break, come back with starting lineups and more pregame from the Dowling Gym. The girls contest, #1 Johnston and their 42-game winning streak taking on 4th-ranked Dowling Catholic and their 7-game winning streak. Johnston 16-0. Dowling girls are 10-4. Along with Scott Babinet, Mark Amadale back after this 1-minute break here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Bring the Eucharistic revival to your parish with Iowa Catholic Radio's Eucharistic Miracles of the World banner display. The work of future Saint Blessed Carlo Acutis, this beautiful display will educate and inspire. Learn more at iowacatholicradio.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. ashworthvision.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
Hello, this is Bishop William Johnston from the Catholic Diocese of Des Moines. Thanks for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Mark Amadale alongside Scott Babinet as we get set for Dowling and Johnston, the girls' game, followed by the boys' contest here in Iowa Catholic Radio tonight. Doubleheader basketball on Friday night for our listeners outside of central Iowa. Well, not a bad day. Typical. It was overcast. Temperatures in the mid-20s. We got the snow dug out from yesterday. It was a very wet and heavy snow. I can attest to some of the sidewalk. Well, maybe 10 steps that I did. The rest was all snowboard. But we're dug out, so all you folks listening on the web or on the stream in Florida, Texas, Arizona, and maybe California tonight, we're dug out.
Yeah, that was the first time this year I've been thankful for my homeowners association. They took care of all that. Otherwise, they're not on my nice list right now.
I certainly get that. All right, let's take a look at our starting lineups tonight. We'll start with the visitors from Johnston. They are the defending champs in 5A. Their record is 16-0. They're ranked number 1 in Class 5A, and they've won 42 in a row. Going back a year and a half. Their head coach is Chad Jellick in his 12th year at Johnston, 208 wins, 52 losses. He's assisted by Mark Hine, Brad Buchan, Jennifer Cook, and Christine Wolford. The Dragons come in averaging 66 points on offense and giving up 41 points on defense. They'll start this lineup at point guard. As Scott mentioned earlier, the freshman phenom, Jenica Lewis, 5'10 freshman, leads the team in blocks, steals, and made three-pointers with 40 and averages 12.5 points. And Lewis will wear number 10. The other guard is Aaliyah Riley, 5'8 junior. And she comes in averaging 12.5 points, leads the team with 3.5 assists. Riley will wear number 22. And the third guard for Johnston is Molly Nelk. Nelk, a 5'8 senior, averaging 6.5 points, and she's second on the team with 23 made threes, and she'll wear number 24. At one forward, Lee Tankey, the Iowa State recruit, 5'11 junior, averaging 16 points, 8.5 rebounds, leads the team in both categories and from the field, shooting 54%. And also from the free throw line, leads the team shooting 83%. Tankey will wear number 30. And the center for Johnston, Emma Hampton, 6'1 senior, averaging 9.5 points. She has 10 blocks on the year, and she'll wear number 33. So it'll be Lewis, Riley, Nelk, the three guards, with Tankey and Hampton in the post for Johnston. We'll also see tonight Isabella Balsley off the bench, a 5'6 junior. Courtland Jackson, a 5'8 senior for Johnston, coming off the bench. And Jalea Canens, a 5'6 freshman, will see some time tonight, as will J.C. Blanchard. So they could go 9 deep, possibly with their rotation. Now for Dowling Catholic, they'll be the home team on the scoreboard. And the crowd is starting to arrive. Every time I look up, there's more people. And grab your coats, grab the bags, pull them close to you, Scott, because we may have visitors near us tonight. The Maroons will start this lineup at one guard, Ava Zediker, 5'10 sophomore, leads the team, averaging just under 20 points a contest, and leads the team in free throw percentage with 86%. She'll wear number 13. The other guard is Layla Tritton. Layla is a 5'8 sophomore, averaging 7.5 points. She'll wear number 15. And the third guard is Julia Moore, a 5'6 senior, averaging 6 points. She'll wear number 21. One forward for Dowling, it's Ellie Olson, a 5'10 sophomore, averaging just under 2 points a contest. And the other forward is Lauren Frericks, a 5'10 senior, averaging 6 points, 2.5 rebounds, leads the team, shooting 39% from the field. And Frericks will wear number 25. So again, it's Zediker, Tritton, Moore, the three guards for Dowling, along with Olson and Frericks. Off the bench for Dowling will be Ellie Moeller, 6'1 freshman. And we may see Macy Herndon tonight, a 5'2 sophomore. Marin Heller is unavailable. She's away at a softball camp this weekend. This is one of her 2 games that she'll miss. And it happens to be tonight. Dowling comes in with a record of 10-4, a number 4 ranking in Class 5A, averaging 53.5 points on offense and giving up just under 46 points on defense. The head coach is Kristen Meyer in her 7th year, 116 wins, 37 losses. Joel Danner is an assistant, along with Audrey Faber. So there's a tail of the tape there, Scott Babinet. What do you see before we get to the introductions and starting lineups here?
Well, again, when you're down a player, you need to control the tempo. Dowling needs to, one little advantage they have over the course of the season is how many times they get to the free throw line. And they need to do that tonight, not only because they're good shooting from the line, that also give them a break within the play and get to slow down the tempo. And, your consistency putting the ball in the basket tonight is going to help you, because you want Johnston to play in the half court a lot more than getting out and running, because when they're able to do that, they tend to run teams out of the gym.
We talked a little bit about earlier the limited rotation for Dowling. They're mainly going to go with 6 players tonight due to the absence of Heller. Maroons got to stay out of foul trouble, but yet, as I asked you before, Scott, they got to keep the defensive intensity, and they got to keep that perspective, but yet can't get in foul trouble.
Right. They've done a really good job since January turned over on-ball defense. Good pressure on the ball, good active hands to get tips of the ball, and then able to play the passing lanes a little bit and gap their defense a little bit so they can help. And they just need to do that. But Johnston, again, they're consistent throughout. They're a hard guard to get, but you don't want easy. You want. If you're a competitor, this is a game you want. You should be looking forward to it, and you're going to go out and do the best you can for your team, for your school. This crowd is awesome. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of an advantage here and picks the girls up. And, again, this is a great opportunity. I mean, sooner or later, they're going to lose one. Might as well be tonight.
All right. There you go, Scott Babinet. Let's take a look at the Class 5A rankings that came out. These are the 8th rankings published this year by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. How important are they? Well, they basically seed the postseason through these rankings. Johnston, number 1 team, as we mentioned, followed by Pleasant Valley at number 2, Waterloo West at number 3, Dowling 4th, and Davenport North at number 5. 6-10 has Ankeny Centennial, Valley, Southeast Polk, Cedar Falls, and Iowa City West at number 10. And 11 through 15 has Sioux City East, a team that Dowling will travel to a week from tomorrow and play. Iowa City Liberty, Linn-Mar, Waukee, and Ankeny are number 14 and 15, and Des Moines North has fallen out of the top 15 in the rankings. So there you have the Class 5A rankings came out yesterday. Our thanks also tonight to Ashworth Vision Clinic, Catholic Men's Formal Wear, Construction Professionals, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Mercy One, and Dental Associates. All right, we're going to move to a word from Dr. Dan Ryan, the president of Dowling Catholic High School, and our pregame prayer with Father Reed Flood. Alongside Scott Babinet, I'm Mark Amadale. Coming up, the tip-off between Dowling Catholic and Johnston, the top 4 teams in girls Class 5A basketball, coming up here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Thought of the Day with Monsignor Frank Bignano is now in a book, 3 Minutes with God, filled with daily reflections and prayers. 3 Minutes with God, available at Divine Treasures Bookstore, Franciscan Media, Amazon, and Barnes & Noble. A message from Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742, Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercyone.org.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
Hi, everybody. This is Ray Garendi from The Doctor Is In. Thanks for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
Hi, this is Dr. Dan Ryan, president of Dowling Catholic High School, and welcome to another season of exciting Dowling High School basketball. We are proud to be partners with Iowa Catholic Radio, not only broadcasting basketball, but also being partners in preparing Christ-centered leaders for life. Go Maroons!
Hello, my name is Father Reed Flood. Let us pray together for the coaches, players, and trainers for this athletic competition this evening. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for all your gifts. We ask that you bless all those involved in this athletic competition this evening. We ask that you keep them safe and that they show good sportsmanship. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Saint Sebastian, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Our national anthem being performed tonight here at the Dowling Gym as we get set for a girls and boys basketball doubleheader. Dowling hosting the Johnston Dragons. And alongside Scott Babinet, Mark Amadale, Brian Sweeney, our studio producer tonight. And this place is getting full, the Dowling Gym. Good to see that on Friday nights. Of course, we do Tuesday, Friday, next week, as we have a pair of games that Dowling will be involved with. We take our first road trip. Remember that first 5 games of the year, Scott? We were always on the road.
Right.
We go back on the road to Ankeny this coming Tuesday night. Dowling will be at Ankeny for a girl-boy doubleheader, and then next Friday night we'll be back here, Dowling hosting Southeast Polk. So that'll be next week's radio schedule. There'll be one game in there, and the Dowling boys making up their game with Iowa City West tomorrow afternoon at 1:30 here at the Dowling Gym. There'll be no radio for that. the noon game as a sophomore game. Stevie Sarcone will be coaching the Dowling sophomores at noon, and then followed by the boys game at 1:30. So that's our schedule.
Yeah, and they had a nice comeback win tonight at the end of that fourth quarter.
I'll take your word for it because I got caught with Mr. Nahas in the coach's office. And we're underway. Dowling with the basketball as they win the tip. Lauren Frericks outdoes the young lady for Johnston in the post, and that gives Dowling the ball first. They go right to left towards the south basket here at the Dowling gym. Place is filling up as Johnston in a man-to-man defense. Down the lane to Zedeker. Shot up, no good. Draws the foul. And that'll be on number 22, Aaliyah Riley, the first foul of the ball game. Free throws, I believe, coming for Zedeker.
Yeah, that was a great drive by Ava, and that's what Dowling needs to do tonight. They need to keep probing the lane, get as many lane touches, and Riley's very quick, so that was a good take by Ava there.
Zedeker's first free throw, good. Ava comes in, 86% free throw shooter. She is tops on the team. Ellie Muller, who will be off the bench for Dowling, at 79%. Second free throw good by Zedeker. 2-0 Dowling as we're underway. The Maroons trying to knock off Johnston, the defending 5A champs, and a 42-game winning streak involved. And now a whistle and a foul before the shot against Dowling. That'll be on Ellie Olson, her first. And it'll be out of bounds to Johnston underneath their own basket. Dragons in their black road jerseys with purple trim and white outside the numbers. Dowling, of course, in their home white uniforms with maroon numbers and trim. Here are the Dragons. Here's Lewis with it. Leaves it for Molly Nelk. Now they work it inside in the paint. Spinning, turning is Emma Hampton. Her shot too strong, no good. Weak side rebound, Lauren Frericks. One and done is Johnston. And the Maroons in the front court. Here is Julia Moore in the corner. A three-pointer after the pass by Frericks is no good. Rebound comes out to Johnston. So the Dragons running up-tempo game. We're not going to see much shot clock violation here tonight, I don't think. Here's Tanky in the lane. Her shot no good. Rebound Dowling and Ellie Olson.
I think we'd be very surprised if there was.
Here's Zedeker underneath. Shot the left hand, no good. Well defended that time. And a reach-in foul called on Olson. So Ellie picks up her second foul, and that'll get Ellie Muller up off the Dowling bench. 6'1" freshman, averaging 6.5 points. Leads the team with just over 7 rebounds and 25 blocks for Olson. She'll replace Ellie Olson.
Yeah, Muller's going to do a good job here. Hampton is the one that really hurt Dowling last game, averaging 9 points a game and had 23. And she was part of that barrage of just, I think she had 5 of the 20 offensive rebounds in that last game. So she was very impactful, and they've already tried to go inside to her already today.
Our officials tonight, Jerry Kinder, George Harwood, and Cody Buzzell. Now Johnston with a shot that's no good. The putback is no good. Rebound Dowling, and now underneath here's Zedeker with the shot that's no good, but draws the foul, and free throws coming for Ava Zedeker as it's 2-0 Dowling. And this will be the second foul as soon as we get the call. They're going to call it on Aaliyah Riley. That's her second. So both teams with 2 fouls each, and they're both on the same person. For Dowling was Ellie Olson picking up 2, and now it's Riley picking up 2, and she'll be replaced by Isabella Balsley for Johnston, a 5'6" junior, averaging just over 1.5 points.
Right, and Balsley, even though it's 1.5 points, she's had some good games in the past against Dowling, and she'll do a good job for them tonight. They've just got that depth.
Both free throws good by Zedeker. 4-0 Dowling. 6 minutes to go, first quarter. In this top 4 matchup, number 4 Dowling, number 1 Johnston. Dragons in the lane. A shot no good by Lewis, but rebounded by Balsley. Dragons keep the possession alive, and now whistle a foul on Dowling. And that'll be on Lauren Frericks, her first. So 13 foul on Dowling. Be side out to Johnston. Brand new shot clock. Every time there's a foul, that's the rule. Shot clock is reset to 35. Balsley with it. Go ahead.
This shot clock's been great for the state of Iowa and girls basketball this year, and just helped with the tempo of the game. Not that these teams needed it, but
tempo and the flow. I would agree. Now here's Tanky, dribble handoff. Gets into Lewis. Dowling fighting through the screens as Johnston, once they pass the ball, they get a ball screen set for him. This is Tanky with it. Down the lane, fall away jumper, good. strong move by Eileen Tanky. Went down the right side of the lane. Fall away jumper, 10 feet good.
Yeah, and that's just a Division I player move right there. She understood the shot clock, didn't panic. She just made the move down to the drive and hit the fadeaway there.
Yep, Tanky, 5'11" junior, headed to Iowa State as a recruit. Just a junior, but she is verbally committed there. Now here's Zedeker in the lane. Tried to turn the corner. Good help defense that time by Hampton of Johnston. Now Dowling will reset 10 on the shot clock. Zedeker, top of the key, gets it to Tritton. Spins in the lane. Shot off the glass. Good. Strong move by Tritton as she went right around Molly Nelk.
Yeah, and that's a good thing for her.
Now a shot up and no good by Johnston. Rebound Dowling. Zedeker with the rebound. Down the lane, probing. In the corner goes to Moore. Three-pointer. Good! Julia Moore, corner three. Timeout Johnston. And Dowling out to a 9-2 lead over the Dragons with 4:35 left to go. First quarter here at the Dowling Gym. Dowling by 7, and this will be a 30-second timeout by the Dragons.
Yeah, and Dowling's doing what they want to do when they get out on the break. They want to hit that corner three or get to the basket, and so they've already got 4 free throws on the game, which is something that we talked about they need to do. Also kicking it out for that wide open three, knock those down. And that's what you have to do in these games. They're doing a good job of defending in the half court. And the one thing I think Dowling wants to do on their actions where Ellie Muller's in there, if their post comes to help on the drive with Zedeker, they want to quick pass it to Muller for a layup.
Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Skeffington's Formal Wear, Mercy One, and the Catholic Tuition Organization. Mark Amadale alongside Scott Babinet. Here in game one, the girls contest, CIML showdown. Dowling by 7 out of the timeout. Dragons with the basketball. Lewis, top of the key for 3. It's good. Jenica Lewis, the 5'10 freshman, hits the first 3. That's her 41st 3 of the year. And it's 9-5, Dowling over Johnston.
Yeah, that was just a sweet play out of the timeout, and she just knocked it down like it was nothing.
Well executed by Coach Jellick's team. And Dowling with the ball. Both teams have been playing defense, all been man-to-man, and now Frericks down the lane. Her shot, actually she overshot the ball. It's no good. Rebound out to J.C. Blanchard, who's in there for Johnson. A 5'10 senior, number 40 in the lineup. And now on the baseline, Tanky shot no good. Rebound Muller and Dowling. Here's Zedeker with it. Ava, a crossover move in the lane. Layup is good. What a move by Zedeker. Fake left and went right.
Yeah, that was a good hesitation.
It's 11-5 Dowling. Johnson immediately down court. Blanchard in the corner. It goes to Balsley. So Johnson is into their bench right now with their 2 subs. Now here's Lewis. Backs in against Zedeker, and a jump ball call. Good defense that time by Ava Zedeker, and possession arrow will favor the Johnston Dragons.
They should not be resetting the shot clock, should they?
I think they're going to, yeah.
They did.
Coach,
it should be at 18.
Jerry Kinder's going to reset it. Yep, they did. Good catch there, Mr. Babinet. You knew it was
I'm
coming.
all over it. Too many years having the shot clock with our teams out in California.
Yeah, you probably are used to that. Jay Rickey on the shot clock tonight. He's a trigger man. I said, you're reset tonight. That's his name, reset. He reset the shot clock, and he did. And now traveling on Johnson, inbound the ball, and they called for a turnover. Dowling 11, Johnston 5. 3 minutes, 10 seconds to go. First quarter, packed Dowling Gym tonight. Hats off to both teams, and their fans for showing support for these young ladies and men later, as we'll have the boys' game to follow. Dowling with the ball. Zedeker leaves it for Frericks. Backdoor cut by Tritton. She can't get off the shot. Now Zedeker will. Her shot up and no good. Muller with the rebound. They're going to get her on the loose ball. Muller with her first foul. 14 foul on Dowling and 2 on Johnston. Ellie Olsen on the bench for Dowling with 2 fouls, and Aaliyah Riley on the bench with 2 fouls for the Dragons.
And Riley does, the significance of her being on the bench is she's very good on the defensive side and pushing tempo when they get out and go. She's a hard guard, so, she's so quick, so that helps a little bit. You don't want these little touch fouls, though, out top, especially when you're down a player tonight.
I'm going to get Zedeker for fighting through the screen of Emma Hampton. So Ava Zedeker with her first foul. Dowling with its 15th foul here in the first quarter. Dragons inbound the ball. Here's Balsley with it on the baseline. Dribbles baseline. Tries a reverse layup, can't get off the shot. Now they get it inside, and the Dragons will pull it out. Here's Hampton with it to Lewis. Jenica, over 20 Division I offers for the young freshman here. Goes against Zediker. Passes over to corner to Balsley, left side. Top of the key it goes to Blanchard. Now to Tanky, and a whistle and a foul on Dowling. And Maroons, yeah, that's good call that time. You can't.
They called it on Tanky, right?
Oh, push off?
Yep. Or did he?
I didn't think they did. Yeah, it's going to be Johnston basketball. The foul will be on Tritton. That'll be her first.
They thought they did. Johnston thought they did.
Well, Johnston did, yes. She thought it was an offensive foul. Didn't hear too much talking here on the Dowling, as we're behind the Dowling bench.
They definitely fooled me. They went the other way.
Yeah, they did. So it'll be Johnston basketball. 35 on the shot clock. 2:15 to go. First quarter. Dragons inbound the ball as they get it back into Jalea Knitz. Underneath, her shot up and good. Off the bench, Jalea Knitz. 5'6" freshman with her first basket. Comes in averaging 3.5 points. Cuts the Dowling lead to 4, 11-7. Now Zediker for three. It's no good from the top of the key. Rebound Blanchard. And now the Dragons with Lewis for three. Rolls off the rim, no good. Rebound Zediker. Bounces off her knee. Ball loose on the floor, and Johnston has it. Lewis loses control of it, and it'll be Dowling basketball. Great hustle by both teams. Scott, there's some floor burns out there, and the purple and the white team both have them.
There are, and I mean, both teams are doing a great job of fighting for the ball. One thing that you see early on is Johnson will be in the bonus the rest of this half. So Dowling needs to really control their tempo. That last shot was kind of a quick shot there.
All right, here's Lewis with the steal of Julia Moore. Down the lane, her shot too strong, no good. Rebound Dowling and Tritton. The Maroons have numbers. 3-on-2, Zediker right side. Down the lane, her shot up and rolls off the rim, no good. The foul on Knitz. Jalea Knitz, 5'6" freshman, picks up the foul. So a foul rather. But what an effort by both groups there in that little cluster.
Right, they're really going at each other as good teams should. And I mean, when you're going against someone team, you just lay it all out there. You cannot hesitate. You can't hold back. You just go.
Zediker's first free throw is good. Tonight's game at Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Mercy One, the Catholic Tuition Organization, and Skeffington's Formal Wear. Second free throw, good. So Zediker, perfect 6 for 6 at the line in the first quarter. She has 8 points, 13-7, Dowling by 6. The Maroons have led by as many as 7 here in the first quarter. Johnson is yet to take the lead. And down the lane, Lewis, her shot up and no good. Rebound Dragons. Ball slapped around as Moore almost came away with it. Underneath the Nelk, and we've got 3 seconds in the lane on Johnston. Turnover against the Dragons. What a flurry there, and that was all set up by the freshman Lewis going down the lane, but the ball just lipped out, and we got a minute left in the first quarter.
Right, and the defense held up there, and they got caught. They couldn't get the ball out of the lane there.
Here's Tritton battling Nelk with it underneath. Gets to the left block, out to Frericks. 20 on the shot clock, 46 seconds left to play in the quarter. And here is Zediker, and a foul on Knitz of Johnston. It'll be out of bounds to Dowling.
And Dowling needs to keep doing that. They need to even this foul battle out a little bit more. And Johnston is playing physical. They've got the depth to do that, though. So you just need to take advantage of that, their aggressiveness.
Knitz and Tanky check out of the Dowling lineup. Lauren Frericks is going to check out of the Dowling lineup. And Emma Hampton, or check that. Tritton will sit down, and Macy Harnden checks in for Dowling. So both teams a substitution. I think I said Dowling goes Johnson with the first sub as they interchange their team right now. 22 on the shot clock. Moore shot up and no good. Blocked out of bounds by Jenica Lewis. Young lady can do everything. She leads the team in block shots. That's her 12th of the season.
And she did a really good job there keeping the distance. Julia got into her, but she stayed strong, and she's just a strong physical player.
27 seconds left to go in the quarter. 20 on the shot clock. So Dowling with the ball. They inbound it to Muller. Now underneath, scoop shot no good by Frericks, and the rebound out to Johnston and Emma Hampton. Out to Balsley. Isabella back to Hampton. They play catch, and now the bad pass by Hampton goes out of bounds. Dowling will have the ball with 11 seconds to go. Tritton will check in. Checking out will be Macy Harnden. Little offense-defense here. Maroons will try for the final shot with 11.6 seconds to go, Scott.
Right, we'll see if they can do that high ball screen there.
Johnson remains man-to-man. Tritton backs in the lane. Turns. Now backs in. Her shot up and short. Fight for the rebound, and the quarter will end as that last shot and the rebound by Tritton would not have counted. And we have come to the end of the first quarter here at the Dowling Gym with the score. 4th-ranked Dowling, 13. Number 1 Johnston, 7. Alongside Scott Babinett, Mark Amadale will return with the second quarter in 1 minute on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
This is a Young Catholic Minute. What's wrong with girl watching? God made them pretty on purpose, right?
Yes, he definitely did. Because he wants us to be attracted to them. Attracted enough to love them, to enter into marriage, and to give up our lives for them. But is that what girl watching is? Nope. You know what it is? Yep. Girl watching is a sure ticket to never really becoming a man. Real men love heroically, with commitment and sacrifice. And when they see true beauty, they serve it. They don't try to make it serve them. What if Aragorn in Lord of the Rings had gone chasing after that blonde girl? Or maybe just for a little while. No, Aragorn knew that even a little girl watching would make him a boy and prevent him from doing the manly tasks before him. The ring would never have gotten destroyed, he'd never be king, and he'd never marry his queen. For more, go to youtube.com/youngcatholic.
And back here at the Dowling Gym, as we are about to begin the second quarter, the inbound the ball. Dowling will have first possession, and the Maroons lead it 13-7 over Johnston in this top 4 girls matchup in Class 5A. Zedeker gets loose in the corner. Her three-pointer no good. Rebound Lewis and Johnston. As Dowling starts, Ava Zedeker along with Layla Tritton, Julia Moore, the 3 guards. And in the posts, it'll be Lauren Frericks and Ellie Muller. And now a shot by Johnston. It's no good. Rebound Dowling. Muller comes away with it. Gets it over to Zedeker. Out to Tritton for 3, and it's good by Lauren Frericks. Frericks a corner 3. That's her 19th 3 of the year. And Dowling has opened up a 9-point lead on number 1 Johnston. And now back the other way, and a blocking foul on Dowling as Julia Moore whistled for the foul, and free throws coming for Cameron Jellick. So Moore has picked up her first foul. That's a 17th foul on Dowling, and they're saying it's a 2-shot foul. And check that. It's Aaliyah Riley back in the lineup with 2 fouls and hits the first free throw. And Scott, you got to look at the numbers from the first quarter between Dowling and Johnston.
Yeah, in the first quarter, Dowling was 3 for 10 from the field, 1 for 4 from the three-point line, 6 for 6 from the line, 8 rebounds, 2 turnovers. Johnston 3 for 13, 1 for 2 from the three-point line. They had 0 for 0 from the free throw line, 8 rebounds, 5 turnovers.
Second free throw by Riley is good. She's playing with 2 fouls, but she has 2 points to offset that. Underneath Tritton, her shot up and blocked, out of bounds to Dowling as Molly Nelk blocks the shot. And the Maroons will have it with 25 on the shot clock, 16-9, Dowling over Johnston.
And Layla's doing a great job of, they call it Barkley, doing a Barkley move where she backs her down. But when she turns to score, she probably needs to tee her up a little bit with her shoulder and get the separation she needs to finish that layup.
Ellie Olsen back in the Dowling lineup with 2 fouls. Leaves it for Zedeker, sets a ball screen for Zedeker. Down the lane she goes. Layup good. Shot off the glass by Ava Zedeker, and she has 10 points.
Yeah, again, she's doing a good job of controlling the movement and the tempo on offense for the Maroons.
Now Johnson with the ball. Eileen Tanky in there and almost traveled with it. Got rid of the ball at the last moment. Fortunately went into one of her teammates' arms. And a pull-up jumper in the baseline is no good. Offensive rebound, Molly Nelk. Now another 3 for Tanky. It's no good. Rebound Dowling and more. So Johnson did get a second opportunity there, Scott, but the Dragons could not nail the shot.
Right, and right now, okay, what you have here, you got to stop. You know, they got a couple opportunities there. You got to stop. Now you got to take advantage of this next one to try to build your lead a little bit more.
Now Moore almost lost the ball for Dowling, retrieved by Frericks. Here's Tritton with it. Left side to Frericks, fakes a 3. Now dribbles in. Top of the key for 3 by Tritton. Good! Layla Tritton with her 13th 3 of the year. Timeout Johnston. And we've got a full timeout. Dowling has its largest lead over number 1 Johnston. It's 21-9. Dowling leading Johnston. 5:54 left to go second quarter. And we'll be back after this 1-minute break on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Join Iowa Catholic Radio at the next Man Up West Power Lunch Friday, February 10th at noon, St. Francis of Assisi Parish in West Des Moines with Bishop William Joensen. Lunch will be provided by Chick-fil-A, or you can bring your own. Learn more and register at iowacatholicradio.com.
The Catholic Tuition Organization provides tuition assistance for families to send their kids to our Catholic schools and 65% Iowa tax credits for you. Give to ctoiowa.org.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formalware, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formalware, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
Hi, this is Anita Halterman from Sacred Heart in West Des Moines. Thank you for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
Hey, we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Mark Amadale, Scott Babinet. 21-11 is our score. As a shot in the lane was good by Aaliyah Riley. The other way we go. Dowling with the ball, and Zedeker has the ball stripped from her. Now Riley with the ball, and a shot by Johnson, no good, and we've got a jump ball on the rebound. Emma Hampton was battling in there for Johnston, and it'll be Johnston basketball here. Scott, I believe.
Yes, they call jump ball, I believe, and Johnston gets that possession. But Dowling needs to get that block off so they can get the follow-up offensive rebound.
Dowling by 10. They led by as many as 11, and we've got a violation on Johnston as the ball hit the floor. It'll be Dowling basketball with 5:15 remaining here in the second quarter. We'll catch up with Dowling boys basketball coach Clay Thielking at halftime of the girls' game, previewing the Dowling-Johnston boys rematch. Dowling won that game over at Johnston last month, and the rematch is tonight, as is this one. Here's Dowling with the ball. Zedeker with it. Long three, up and good! How about that? Ava Zedeker with her first three tonight, and she's got 13 points in the first half. And a whistle and a foul the other way. Dowling by 13. This is their largest lead, and now we got a pushing foul on Dowling. And this will be on Frericks. And on Lauren, that's her second.
It should be 1-1, I believe.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to rule it a two-shot foul. They're saying 1-1. 1-1, yep. So Frericks will have a seat on the bench. Dowling with substitution. Macy Harnden, 5'2" sophomore, playing. 24-11 is our score. Dowling by 13. Just under 5 minutes remaining. Free throw up and good by Eileen Tankey. That is just her third point of the night. Comes in averaging 16 points, 8.5 rebounds. She is their leading scorer and has been held in check thus far.
Yeah, she's a really good player. I'm sure by the end of the night her numbers will look really good for them.
Second free throw good. So Tankey now with 4 points, 2 for 2 at the line. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio, brought to you in part by Dental Associates, Construction Professionals, and Ashworth Vision Clinic. Now Johnson slaps the ball out, but Julia Moore picks it up. Here's Harnden with it to Moore for three in the corner. Off the mark, no good. And a rebound, Johnston and Lewis. Jenica with it. Lead pass down court to Nelk. Gets it out to Riley. Her pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound, Dowling. And Ellie Muller to Zedeker. Underneath the Tritton. Her shot up and hits the underside of the backboard. No good. Rebound, Johnston. And Tankey down court to Lewis, and her layup is good. So Dowling got caught with numbers there after overplaying the missed layup.
They did, and getting a little too deep there. Again, they need to control this tempo, get a good possession here. They don't have to rush anything.
24-15. 24-15 rather. Dowling by 9. Under 4 minutes to play. Second quarter here at the Dowling Gym. Place is packed. Here's Tritton with it. Dribbles in the lane, dribbles out, and we got traveling on Dowling. Tritton had the ball swiped at her, but I think the Johnston gal missed it, and it was a double dribble called, and rightly so. It'll be Johnston basketball, and the Maroons come up empty for the second straight time, which hasn't happened much tonight.
It hasn't. And one of the things, again, we talked about this before the game. Dowling has good enough players to attack Johnston here, and they just need to be confident. Playing either back to the basket from 15 feet out is not going to do it. And so just be confident in your drive.
Here's Tanky with it. Pull-up jumper on the left side of the lane, no good. And we got a loose ball foul on Dowling as crashing the boards and now slow getting up is Eileen Riley. Foul on Dowling. It'll be on Zedeker, her second. And Riley and Zedeker were locking horns, and Riley hit the floor pretty hard. She's up, and she's waiting to shoot two. Oh, I checked that. It'll be a 1-and-1. Aaliyah Riley. This free throw is good. She's 3 for 3 tonight at the line. Tonight's game at Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Skeffington's Formal Wear, Mercy One, and the Catholic Tuition Organization. We appreciate all our support we have from our business underwriters. Second free throw is good. Riley now 4 for 4 at the line and a field goal with 6 points here in the first half. It's 24-17. The Dowling 13-point lead cut to 7.
Yeah, now they're focused on trying to keep Zedeker under control here.
All right, Zedeker down the lane, guarded by Lewis. Her shot hits the side of the backboard, no good, as Lewis did a good job of making sure that didn't happen. And down the lane, Lewis, her shot no good. Rebound Dowling and Zedeker. Ava with it. 3:10 remaining here in the first half. Here's Moore. She'll spot up for three. It's off the mark, no good. And we got a loose ball foul on Dowling. And they get Macy Herndon, they do, for the foul, push off. And that'll be 2 shots now the rest of the way for Johnston, as the Maroons now with their 10th team foul and the double bonus. And that'll send Jalea Knetz to the line. 5'6" freshman. This Johnston team made up of 4 seniors, 8 juniors, 2 sophomores, and 2 freshmen. And both freshmen play a lot.
Right. Dowling's not being as patient in this quarter with their possessions. They're shooting quick shots, and that's kind of going to benefit Johnston because they love that game to get out and go. Sometimes they don't even care if you get that quick basket.
Second free throw up and no good. First miss of the night for Johnston, as they are now 5 of 6 at the line. Or check that.
7 of 8.
7 of 8 at the line. That's the first miss. Rebound Dowling.
And after 6-0 on the free throws in the first quarter, they've come back hard, with positives on their side for free throws.
24-18 Dowling. And we got a whistle and a reach-in foul on Lewis. Right in front of the Johnston bench. Jenica Lewis with her first foul, and that'll be the 16th foul on the Dragon. Let me see. 15 foul on Johnston.
And they're on a 7-0 run after it was 24-11, I believe.
Zedeker will inbound it, and they lob it into Muller. Over to Tritton. Now to Julia Moore. The only one who hasn't touched it is Macy Herndon. Dowling will reset. 25 in the shot clock. Here's Herndon between the circles. Macy, right side. Backs in, looking for a back cut. Can't get it out. Now it's to Moore in the lane. Her shot up and good. Moore going up against Aaliyah Riley and shoots and scores her 5th point of the night. It's 26-18, Dowling by 8.
Again, those are the possessions they need to get to.
Long 3 by Tanky is no good. Bodies fly, rebound Zedeker. 2-on-1 fast break. It's Zedeker and Tritton in the lane. Shot up and no good. Roll around the rim. And the rebound, Johnston. Dragons go the other way. Lewis in the lane. Her shot no good. Rebound Zedeker. 26-18 Dowling. Minute 50 to play. Boy, talk about up-tempo basketball.
It is. They're flying. But again, Dowling can do that. But when they don't have what they want, they need to pull it back out and run clock to give themselves the best opportunities here and make Johnston play more defense.
Here's Herndon with it. Macy dribbles down the right side, goes around Knitz. Now can't get off the shot. Now puts it up. Shot is no good. Ball tapped around into the hands of Johnston with J.C. Blanchard, the 5'10 senior, coming away with it. Wearing number 40. Minute 15 to go. 25 in the shot clock here in the second quarter. 10 team fouls on Dowling, 5 on Johnston. Dragons have fouls to give here before the end of the first half.
They did. And even that last play by Herndon, she did actually a good job. She got good body position and got a decent shot out of that possession.
Dragons underneath. Shot no good by Tanky. I think that shot may have been altered. as it missed the backboard. Rebound Dowling, and Zediker underneath. Her shot up and good. The basket will count, and a foul on the Dragons. And the freshman Lewis, I believe, picked up the foul. We'll see. And she does. Jenica Lewis with her second foul. And Zediker with her 15th point here in the first half, and a chance for an and one.
That was a good take by her. She's playing well in front of Coach Bluter tonight.
Second, the free throw is good by Zediker. Ava, a perfect 7 for 7 at the line. 15 first half points. And it's Dowling leading 29-18. The Maroons lead back to 11. They've led by as many as 13 here in the first half. Johnston has yet to see the lead, and now they have the basketball. 30 on the shot clock, so the good old 2-for-1 is in play. And now Olsen steals the ball away from Molly Nelk on the baseline. Dowling basketball, another turnover.
Yeah, that was a point of emphasis for the Dowling defense, is to watch for the back cuts, and take that away. So that was good recognition by them. 30-second
timeout called by Dowling. Now the shot clock and the game clock are a little different here. 26 on the shot clock, 30 on the game clock. So the Maroons will have to put a shot up, and they can't run out the half. But the Maroons lead it by 11, 29-18. 30 seconds remaining in the first half. Mark Amadeo alongside Scott Babinet. And an update from the Southeast Polk game you have on. Southeast Polk leading Ankeny 35-23. At the half over at the Southeast Polk gym. And here it's Dowling by 11 with 30 seconds remaining in the first half. Scott?
Now what Dowling needs to do here, they just put in Frericks and Zediker with 2 fouls. They want to get a good offensive possession with no fouls here, but they need to take the last shot here and make Johnston take it out of the basket and not get another shot and stay out of fouls.
And we have not seen a zone by either team, and I say that you just never know what the defensive coach, Coach Jellick in this case at Johnston, will do. It looks like they're matching up man. And
if they were doing anything, sorry, Mark, I think they would try to trap the ball and get it out of Zediker's hands.
And they're not doing that. Ava between the circles and guarded by Isabella Balsley. Gives it over to Moore. 15 seconds to go in the half. Here's Ellie Moeller, top of the key to Frericks. Dribble handoff to Moore. Trittenkow with the ball. Right side, launches a 3. Up, off the back iron, no good. And a rebound, Johnston and Tanky with 5 seconds to go. Tanky dribbles down the right side. And now a long 3 at the horn is off the mark, no good by Aaliyah Riley. And we've come to the end of the first half with the score. 4th-ranked Dowling leading number 1 ranked Johnston 29-18 here at halftime at a packed Dowling gym tonight. And that's credit to both fan bases showing up in support of these girls and, of course, the boys team later. But some numbers real quick before we go to halftime and our guest. We will have the Dowling boys head basketball coach Clay Philking on at halftime. But some numbers quickly. Dowling led by Ava Zediker's 15 points at halftime. 5 points for Layla Tritton, 5 points for Julia Moore, 3 points for Lauren Frericks. Ellie Olsen did not score in the first half. And off the bench, Ellie Moeller and Macy Harnden did not score for Dowling, as the Maroons were a perfect 7 for 7 at the free throw line in the first half. And now for the Johnston Dragons. Dragons are led by Aaliyah Riley's 6 points at halftime, 4 for 4 at the free throw line and 1 field goal. 4 points for Eileen Tanky. 5 points for Jenica Lewis. And 3 points for Jalea Knetz. Emma Hampton did not score for Johnston, and neither did Molly Nelk. So the Dragons were 7 for 8 at the free throw line, and that was all in the second quarter. So we go to halftime. Dowling leading Johnston 29-18 along with Scott Babinet, Mark Amadell. Stay tuned. Our guest is Clay Philking. He'll join us and preview the boys matchup between Dowling and Johnston on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment. Whether it's in the classroom or at home, Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
Hi, this is Matt Wilkham from Iowa Catholic Radio. In this season of new beginnings, it's a chance to reconsider priorities and reset relationships, including with God. We're here to help make that happen for listeners like Addie, who says, Iowa Catholic Radio grows my knowledge. Every time I turn on the station, I feel like I'm learning. Are you feeling the call to help others know just how much God loves them? Consider a gift of $30 a month at iowacatholicradio.com. That's iowacatholicradio.com. Thank you.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym alongside Scott Babinet, Mark Amadil, and our halftime score of the girls contest. Dowling 29 and Johnston 18. Now joined by the Dowling boys basketball coach, and that is Clay Thielking. And Coach, thank you for taking time before your game tonight with Johnston. Welcome, and looking forward to the contest. Got a good crowd, good Friday night crowd here at Dowling. I think they're still coming in, but great environment for not only the girls teams playing, but also for your guys, and get to showcase their talents, you and Coach Frick's Johnston boys.
Yeah, great crowd. This is probably I think this is the biggest one I've seen here, to be honest with you, at the moment. So hopefully, I think they're still coming in, and hopefully we can fill it and play well and put on a little bit of a show. Should be a good game.
Well, it should be. I know we look forward to tonight's game, second time around the conference, and I go back to December and over at the Johnston Gym. You guys kind of held off Johnston. You got off to played very well. Did a lot of nice things, and that's transitioned to a few times this year where you've been successful. But now you got to play everybody the second time, and everybody wants to know what's the changes, what's going to change, what's not going to change, what stays the same. We know one thing, that Johnston's not a bad team, and anytime you can bring their two bigs out and they can knock down to three, that's always a concern. And Sam Tornabane and Nate Roosh went 7 for 10 against your alma mater Tuesday night, knocked down 7-3. So that's going to present a challenge. And what's changed between the two teams since meeting number one?
I think they've improved a lot. They're playing very well, as right now. Roosh, he hit 7 the other night. Most of those were guarded and tough, and he's a tough cover. And Tornabane, the same, and they're good. They got a lot of experience and are well coached by Brian, and so we'll have our hands full. As for us, Joey didn't play against them the first time around, so it'd be good to throw him into that mix. And we'll see. I think we're both really different teams than we were in December, and so we don't put a lot of weight on that first matchup, to be honest with you. And we'll have our hands full once again. We got to put the ball in the basket, and hopefully that happens.
I know it was a tough night on Tuesday, Coach. You took on third-ranked Waukee and dropped the decision there. It was a close game throughout most of the game, pretty back and forth. But you end up losing by 17. And what'd you pull away from that game? You got to transition it now as you look at your schedule. And, boy, a lot of winnable games. First of all, nobody in the top 10. That doesn't mean they're not good. But you got that mantra you don't have to worry about. But beginning tonight, a team that you've beaten, and the confidence of the team, as the kids look at the schedule, too, like anybody else. And your thoughts, not that they haven't competed, but your thoughts on preparation tonight.
Yeah, it's been a gauntlet. I mean, the last 4 games have been against 4 of the top 5 teams in the state. And we try to keep things in perspective with our guys. There's a lot of disappointment over the last 2 losses, and rightfully so. But we're just trying to get better every day. It doesn't get easier. I mean, everybody is good, so it's not like we can excel because we don't have a top 5 or top 10 team coming in, because I think when Johnston plays well, they're certainly at that caliber. But I think we're getting better. I thought we did a lot of good things the other night against Waukee, and the ball didn't go in the basket. I mean, I thought we did really well against their zone and got a ton of open shots, and we just didn't make shots. We missed a bunch of layups in the first half, and I think we were a little bit aware of Omaha and the length and athleticism that Waukee had. But it was one of those nights where I thought we did do a lot of good things, and when the ball doesn't go in the basket, you're not rewarded.
Yeah, well, you're facing pretty good teams. You start a week or almost 10 days ago, you knock off Centennial here, and then you have that gauntlet where they go from Centennial to Valley and Waukee, 2 top 5 teams there in Valley and Waukee. Well, you got one game, you knocked off a top 10 team, you bring that, you kind of build on that, and now you're getting to your schedule, and it kind of opens up, and I look at it as like a lot of winnable games, but the shooting has got to get better, and you've been playing pretty good teams that play defense, and now hopefully they'll get a little confidence in their shot, because I think a lot of it has to do with confidence and the way the other teams play a little quick.
Yep.
Make you play quick.
I agree. I think we were pretty rushed against Valley. I felt like they were pretty comfortable against Waukee, and it got a little contagious. When we don't hit shots early, then it seems to snowball a little on us. So I really think one of the keys tonight is to make shots early and see the ball go through the net a few times. And it did not happen the other night. It was just one of those nights. So we can't if we shoot like that again, it's going to be another long one. It's a pretty simple game. Got to put it in the hole, and our guys will. We are not over analyzing or overthinking it either, and pump them with confidence and see one go in early, and hopefully that sparks us a little bit.
Absolutely. We're busy with Clay Fieldking, the Dowling boys basketball coach here at halftime of the girls contest. Dowling girls leading 29-18 over Johnston, and coach, it's tonight and tomorrow. It's back-to-back. You're going to get into that schedule here the next few weeks, because next week you have 3 games scheduled, and you take on Iowa City West tomorrow, noon game for the sophomore boys, and then you'll follow it right around 1:30, taking on Iowa City West, and that should be a great challenge. That's your first out-of-conference game, by the way, is tomorrow night.
Yeah, you're right. First non-conference game. That's weird to think about it that way, but you're right. Yeah, we're supposed to play right before winter break, and it got pushed because of weather, but a great test, a really good team, obviously, coming in. We've watched a little film, not a ton, because we've been getting ready for these guys, obviously. But it will be good, honestly, to play a team that we haven't seen play against some different guys. And, we'll worry about that tomorrow, but it'll certainly be another challenge.
Certainly will. Well, Coach, appreciate you taking time tonight. And don't forget the invitation's on at the end of the game to feel free to come up or send one of the staff members or a player. Always good to do that, especially on Friday nights, and a great crowd here. So, so that invitation's always there.
Appreciate it, Mark.
All right. Clay, thank you.
Thanks.
Clay Fieldking, the boys basketball coach at Dowling. Appreciate that. Appreciate him being on. We'll take a break and come back. Again, our halftime score, 29-18, Dowling girls leading Johnston, and we'll return to the second half after this 1-minute break here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Honey, I'm so excited for our kitchen remodel.
All right, you love birds, floors,
natural hardwood.
Okay. Wow, that was quick. Countertops.
Definitely natural granite.
Check.
Woohoo!
And that wall?
Tear it down. It let in more natural sunlight.
Done.
Whoa.
Speaking of tearing down walls, your family planning, natural, right?
Natural family planning is 99% effective at achieving or delaying pregnancy, and there are no harmful chemicals, so it's better for you and the environment. Tear down the wall.
A message from Iowa Catholic Radio. Matt Wilcom here from Iowa Catholic Radio. I'd like to thank you for your continued support of this apostolate. Because of you, we're reaching more souls in more ways than ever before. Whether you've had your faith strengthened by either our talk or music channels, or if you've been impacted by one of our other outreach initiatives, you experience firsthand the value Iowa Catholic Radio brings to the Catholic and Christian community. If you haven't made the decision yet to become a family member, please consider a $30 a month sustaining gift. Just visit iowacatholicradio.com, and welcome to the family.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym as we're underway here in the second half, as Johnston with the basketball first in the lane. A shot up and no good, and a rebound out to Dowling. 29-18, Dowling girls lead by 11. We'll go through our first half statistics. Now a turnover by Dowling as Zediker loses the ball and down the lane. A shot up and no good by Johnston. And as a missed shot by Aaliyah Riley, and the rebound out to Dowling. So both teams, there's that. Did somebody forget to take the lid off the rim?
Something's going on here. It's a little weird to start this half.
Now the ball was tipped in the backcourt by Johnston. Dowling with the ball and traveling on Zediker as she drug her pivot foot. And Scott, we'll let you get right to the first half statistics.
Yeah, halftime, Dowling was 9 for 26 from the field, 4 for 11 at the three-point line, 7 for 7 from the line, 16 rebounds, 3 turnovers. For Johnson, 5 for 26 from the field, 1 for 6 from the three, 7 for 8 from the line, 17 rebounds, 7 turnovers, which has been a huge difference here.
Now Johnston with the ball underneath. A shot up and no good by Aaliyah Riley, but she draws the foul, and Julia Moore picks up the foul for Dowling Catholic. That'll be her second. Moore with 5 points at halftime. And free throws coming for the Dragons. First one up and good by Aaliyah Riley, who has 7 points here in this contest. She was 4 for 4 at the free throw line in the first half, had 6 points at halftime, and makes the first free throw here in the second half. Second free throw, no good. Rebound Dowling.
Yeah, coming out of the half, Dowling needs to keep attacking. Get your fast break points if they're there, but if they're not, take it back out and run good offense. Don't pick up the cheap fouls. We already had one cheap foul. You need to not have that.
Here's Frericks for three on the pass from Zediker. Good. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Lauren Frericks. That's her 6th point of the night. 2 threes for Lauren, and it's 32-19 Dowling. And the Dragons now in the front court. Trailing in this contest. With it is Molly Nelt. They run the dribble weave. Riley for three. Top of the key. No good. Rebound Dowling. Tritton with the rebound. Has it knocked out of her hands, and it goes out of bounds off of Johnston. So the Maroons will have the ball, and they'll have to go the length of the floor. And, well, Johnston's going to back off the press. Okay.
And when you see a team like this, you know they're going to make a run. So a lot of times you'd say weather the storm, but with the way they're playing tonight, you'd want your team to be the storm. You want them to have to recover from your effort here tonight. Just keep the positive confidence going.
Dowling with the ball, 20 on the shot clock. So we're at the 6-minute mark of the third quarter, 32-19 Dowling. Here's Moore on the dribble handoff down the lane, puts up a shot up and no good. Fight for the rebound, and Johnston comes away with it, and that's Emma Hampton with it. Down to Riley in the lane. Her shot up, too strong, and finally falls through. Leah Riley, and she has provided that spark against this Dowling the team tonight. She has 9 points.
Yeah, that's why it was important early on when she got those 2 fouls. It kind of her on-ball pressure and her quickness is hard for the Dowling guards.
And now a long three. Good by Lauren Frericks. Top of the key again. Her 9th point.
I think that was Tritton.
Tritton. And now Johnston immediately down court. Her shot up and no good. Fight for the rebound. And taken away is Tritton. As Tritton hits the three. That is her 8th point. And now Dowling with the ball. 5 minutes to play, and we've got a 5-second call on Zediker. Great defense that time by Jenica Lewis of Johnston, as Zediker could not get the. You can only possess the ball with defense a certain so many feet away from you, and Lewis was right on Zediker, and she possessed the ball 5 seconds.
She probably need to do a quick retreat dribble to create the space and give herself more time, but they also need to open up for her. They can't get busy trying to figure out what they're going to run. They need to create that.
A correction on our scoring. Ava Zediker had 16 points at halftime, and now a long three by Johnson. No good. Reaching foul on the Dragons. Well, they're going to get Lewis or Tanky, one of the two. And it's going to be Lewis with her 3rd foul.
Dowling's doing a good job of hanging tough right now. They're playing a much more hard-nosed brand of basketball on the defensive side. They're giving up a couple of rebounds, but they are fighting for everything right now.
35-21, Dowling by 14. This is the Maroons' largest lead of the night. They had a 13-point lead at times in the first half. Johnson has yet to possess the lead. It's Tritton, Frericks, Moore, Zediker, and now Ellie Muller in the lineup for Dowling, replacing Ellie Olsen. One Ellie replaces the other Ellie.
8 seconds.
And now 8 on the shot clock. Zediker in the lane, pull-up jumper off the back iron, and rolls through. Gets the Scott Babinett roll. How about that? I had to use that tonight once. And
if
18
only that were
points.
True, Mark.
18 points for Zediker. Johnson the other way. And Tritton now with the deflected pass as Riley got in the lane. Dragons running their offense. Good defense by the Maroons. There's Knitz in the lineup. Jalea Knitz. Now 15 on the shot clock, and this will go into Riley's hands. Riley guarded by Moore. Dribble handoff to Lewis. In the lane. Shot blocked by Tritton. Johnson with the ball. Turnaround shot good by Tanky, and that is her 6th point for the Dragons. 37-23 Dowling. 3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. If you joined us late, Dowling's record 10-4. The Maroons have run 7 in a row. They're ranked 4th this week in 5A. Johnston, their record 16-0. Defending champs in 5A. They've won 42 in a row. packed house here at the Dowling Gym in game 1 of our girl-boy doubleheader. Tritton in the baseline underneath the Moeller. Layup good! The pass from Tritton from the baseline to the freshman Moeller goes through, and Ellie with her first basket. Timeout, Johnston. And this will be a full timeout. We'll take it with them. 3 minutes, 3 seconds left to go here in the second half. Dowling 39, number 1 Johnston 23. Back in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Listen to Making It Personal with Bishop William Joensen Friday mornings at 9 on Iowa Catholic Radio or on demand at iowacatholicradio.com and the Iowa Catholic Radio app.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. ashworthvision.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
Hi, I'm Deacon Jim Houston from St. Pius X in Urbandale. Thanks for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Exciting game. 2 top 4 teams in the Class 5A. Dowling 39, Johnston 23. The Maroons by 16 points. And now underneath, shot blocked by Tritton, or rather by Frericks. As that was a tanky shot. Rebound Dowling. And now here is Tritton for 3. Up and off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Johnson and Aaliyah Riley. Riley down the lane. Nobody picked her up. Layup good. You can't stop that quickness that Riley has. She has 11 to lead Johnson in scoring. And it's 39-25. Dowling by 14. 2:20 left to go, 2:25 to go here in the third quarter. Scott.
They just need to keep getting good possessions here and getting good shots. That's the way to keep Johnson at bay, because if they can get out and run like that, she is so quick.
Dowling underneath, the shot by Zedeker goes. She dribbled baseline right, angled in, kept her shoulder square of the basket, and she was fouled. The basket will count, and the foul was on Eileen Tanky, her first for Johnston, and Zedeker with her 20th point.
Yeah, that back cut execution and that nice pass right there is just an awesome play for Dowling.
Free throw, no good. That is her first miss in 2 weeks.
Right.
Rebound Johnston. Riley in the lane, backs up against Moore. Out to the top of the key, three-pointer by Knetz, no good. Rebound Moore and Dowling. Julie in the front court. Dowling 41, Johnston 25. Under 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Here's Tritton with it. Again, if you joined us late, Dowling shorthanded. They do not have Marin Heller, who comes off the bench for the Maroons. She is at a camp this weekend, a softball camp, so not available. Dowling going with a 6-player lineup, but we have seen Macy Harnden in there. Now they got to whistle a foul as they move the ball inside to Dowling's Ellie Muller, and a foul on Johnston. And this will be on Jalea Knitz, her third. Team foul number 3, I believe, on Johnston. It is. And 1 team foul on Dowling with 1:35 left to go third quarter. Dowling by 16.
Yeah, I mean, Dowling has just kept the pressure up, and that's what I was talking about. You know, one thing is just you be the storm. You be the one that they have to come back from and keep the pressure on them, which is different from game 1.
There's Muller with it. Out to Zedeker. Zedeker guarded by Riley. Down the lane goes Zedeker. Kicks it over to Olsen. Left baseline. Dribbles the middle. A head fake. Can't get off the shot. Leaves it for Tritton. 20 on the shot clock. Tritton back to Olsen. They're just playing a little 2-person game in the corner. Here's Tritton. Dribbles baseline. Gets it to Olsen. Ellie with it. Out to Zedeker. And the ball was tipped by Riley. And 8 on the shot clock. Here's Zedeker. Down the lane against Riley, and we got a whistle and a foul called on Aaliyah Riley. And that'll be her third foul. Out of bounds to Dowling. 14th foul on the Dragons. Now everybody for Johnston is went the other way, and they got to come back because it's Dowling basketball and a brand new shot clock with 61 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Dowling will inbound underneath their own basket, which is to our right.
Johnston has not been in this position very often the last 4 years, let's put it that way.
That's exactly right. Underneath Moore, and she draws the foul. Julia went down the lane. Shot from the right side, no good, and we'll see who the foul was on. A lot of traffic there. And they are going to get Molly Nelk with her first foul. So Riley and Knitz and Jenica Lewis all with 3 fouls for Johnston. Dowling, a couple players with 2 fouls each, including Julia Moore, who's at the line. First free throw is good. Dowling was 7 for 7 at the line in the first half. Johnston was 7 out of 8 at the line in the first half. Olsen, Zedeker, Moore, Frericks, all with 2 fouls for Dowling. Second free throw by Moore is good. She's got 7 points. 43-25, Dowling by 18. The Maroons' largest lead is right now with 52 seconds left to go in the third quarter here, Scott Babineau.
Yeah, they keep building, and this is what you have to keep doing. You cannot let up. You have to get great possessions the rest of this game.
Now a blocking foul on Dowling. It'll be on Zedeker. She fought through the screen, and Emma Hampton set the screen for Johnston. She held her ground, and Ava was the instigator, and she'll come out of the ball game.
I think she needs to recognize there she can't afford to take that foul there.
That is her third foul as she sits on the bench, and now Julia Moore back in. Final 40 seconds underneath. The shot blocked by Muller. Hampton's shot was blocked, gets her own rebound to put back up and in. So Hampton stayed right with it and shoots and scores her first basket of the night.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, she had 23 in the first game of the
Now a steal by Johnston. Here's Hampton with it, and a layup up and good. 20 seconds to go in the half, and Hampton with back-to-back baskets. Dowling without their point guard, and that Zedeker underneath Tritton. Her shot up might have been partially blocked, and it was, into the hands of Riley. Johnston with 10 seconds to go has the final shot, and a foul in the backcourt on Tritton. So things unraveling a little bit for Dowling here in the final moments of the third quarter. Tritton picks up her second foul, and team foul number 2 on Dowling.
They just need to settle down. You don't want to just be randomly throwing passes. You have to keep coming to the ball because they're going to jump everything the rest of this game, try to get back into it. That's why that third foul on Zedeker hurt, because it took her out of the game for the rest of the quarter.
7 seconds remaining, third quarter, 43-29, Dowling by 14. So that's 18-point lead wiped out. And here's Tanky with a traveling call as she had the ball. It was touched, but it wasn't blocked. And Chad Jellick didn't like the call. And Dowling will have it with 1.2 seconds remaining. And they put Zedeker back in for Olsen with 1.2 seconds. And now substitutions for Johnston. They'll bring in Isabella Balsley and Jalea Knitz. As Tanky will leave the contest, as will Riley. Inbounds the ball to Zedeker, and it's tipped out of bounds off of balls. A good defense there. 0.3 of a second left, so it's a catch and shoot situation here. And heads up, Ellie Muller. Can they lob it over? They are, and they overthrew it, and that's how the quarter will end with the score. Dowling Catholic 43. Johnston 29. Fasten your seatbelts, folks. The fourth quarter is coming up. Johnston and their 42-game winning streak on the line. The Dowling girls leading 43-29 over Johnston here at the end of quarter number 3. Back with the fourth quarter in 1 minute on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Listen to Man Up with Joe Stopulus Monday mornings at 9 on Iowa Catholic Radio and on demand at iowacatholicradio.com and the Iowa Catholic Radio app. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercy1.org.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
Hi, this is Andrea Clem from St. Augustine Parish. Thanks for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
And we're back here at the Dowling gym underway here in the fourth quarter. Dowling with the ball first. As inbound, it's Julia Moore, Ava Zedeker, Layla Tritton, the 3 guards for Dowling, Ellie Muller, and Layla Tritton. Or check that, Julie Fredericks, and now a whistle and a tie-up. Loose ball as Moore lost the ball, and there was a jump ball called, held ball. It'll be Johnston basketball.
Yeah, that's one of those things late in the quarter. Dowling ended up with 5 turnovers to start this quarter with a turnover. That's not the trend you want going into the, after you've done such a good job throughout 2.5 quarters of protecting the ball.
Now Johnston with the ball. Now Fredericks comes away with it, and they got a jump ball called. As the fans get a little excited, you can go to the floor and slide. That is, unless you do it intentionally, and that's not traveling, and that's the first thing. And the second thing was Johnston just came down and grabbed the ball and held ball. Possession arrow to Dowling. 43-29. This is going to be a fourth quarter, a memorable fourth quarter. I have a feeling, Scott. Yeah, that's the way it's set up.
Dowling needs to come to the ball with every pass, not just wait, because Johnston's quick, and they're going to try to jump the pass to create more opportunities.
Here's Zedeker in the lane to Muller. Layup good. Zedeker with the assist. Muller with her 4th point. And Dowling now leading 45-29. 7 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Johnston 8 of 10 from the free throw line through 3 quarters. Dowling 9 of 10 at the free throw line. Very balanced. Now a long 3, no good by Riley of Johnston. And ball loose on the floor, tied up. It'll be Johnston basketball. And Scott, when you get a moment, go ahead and read the stats through 3 quarters.
In the third quarter, Dowling was 5 for 8, 2 for 3 from the 3-point line, 2 for 3 from the line, 8 rebounds, 5 turnovers. Johnston was 5 for 15, 0 for 2 from 3, 1 for 2 from the line, 6 rebounds and 1 turnover. So the turnovers are what would concern me late in that quarter.
Well, 5-second call. No, timeout Johnston before the 5 count. As Johnston was inbound the ball underneath their own basket after the ultimate possession. 30-second timeout called by Coach Jellick, and he did it as the official was going to 5. Heads-up play by a state tournament and state championship coach, saving the possession there with 6:54 remaining fourth quarter. Dowling 45, Johnston 29.
And the significance of that now is they have 1 timeout left. Dowling's done a good job of putting them in jeopardy where they've had to call timeouts. Again, Johnston's not been in this situation in a long time, so being able to push them to this where they have 1 timeout, that should help strategically down to the end because they can't just stop the clock unless they're fouling.
Dowling outscored Johnston 14-11 in that third quarter. As the Maroons, if you joined us late, jumped out to a 13-7 first quarter lead. Dowling outscoring Johnston in the second quarter 16-11. Dowling led by 11 at halftime, 29-18. And led 43-29 as we move to the fourth quarter. Maroons have outscored Johnston 2-0 here in the fourth quarter. 6:45 remaining. Johnston with the ball, 25 in the shot clock. Here's Tanky with it. Fadeaway jumper, no good. Rebound Muller and Dowling. Ava covers up the ball as trying to reach in was Hampton, but she grabbed it away from her. And now Zedeker in the front court. Ava at the free throw line, cut off. And got the ball off just before picking up her pivot foot. And here's Fredericks with it. Fredericks, Zedeker, Julia Moore, Layla Tritton, and Ellie Muller, the 5 on the floor for Dowling. There's Tritton on the baseline. Her shot up and leaves it short. Ball slapped out of bounds, and it'll be Johnston basketball as Muller tried to tap it off of Eileen Tanky, but it went off Muller, and it'll be Johnston ball here, Scott.
Yeah, and I think that drive by Layla Tritton is there. She's got a little too deep underneath. Otherwise, she'd have to be able to tee up and get that layup.
All right, Riley dribbling baseline and blocking foul called before the shot on Moore. And now Julia Moore with her 3rd foul, so she becomes the first or second Dowling player with 3 fouls. Zedeker has 3. And on the short bench tonight, Dowling has got to be careful as Olsen checks back in. Ellie Olsen, the 5'10 sophomore, is in, and going out is Muller. Johnson inbounds the ball, brand new shot clock. Down the lane is Lewis. Her shot no good. Offensive rebound and put back up and in by Emma Hampton. That is her 8th point.
Yeah, and again, Dowling needs to be careful on there. I mean, Zedeker needs to be careful not to pick up any cheap fouls here.
Now Lewis knocks the ball away from Zedeker. Down court, a shot up, too strong by Lewis, but the putback up and good by Riley. And that is her 13th point. Aaliyah Riley after Lewis got beat, and then she came from behind to poke the ball away from Zedeker. Same thing here. Zedeker 3-on-2 fast break, and we've got a jump ball called as Olsen was tied up by Emma Hampton. Possession arrow favors Dowling with 5:20 left to go here in the fourth quarter. 45-33 Dowling.
They've got to be strong to the ball and chin that ball when they get it and go right up, drop the fouls. I mean, Johnston's going to be aggressive. You can get to the free throw line, get some easy.
And you can tell Johnston's picked up the tempo a little bit here in the fourth quarter. Underneath Zedeker, her shot no good. Olsen with the offensive rebound. Dowling, brand new shot clock, and the Maroons will pull the ball out. Here's Fergs on a ball screen, and a whistle and a hand check called on Hampton. That is her first foul. She's got fouls to give, so to speak. 16 foul on Johnston, so the Maroons will be at the free throw line remainder of the fourth quarter. Timeout on the floor, 5:10 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Dowling 45, Johnston 33, and we will take a 1-minute break. Brian Sweeney, our studio producer tonight. This is Mark Hamadale alongside Scott Babinett. As number 1, Johnston trailing number 4, Dowling 45-33. Back to the Dowling gym in 1 minute.
This is a Young Catholic Minute. Why can't I follow my own conscience? You can, if it's properly formed. If you were trying to win a top-secret cross-country road race with a prize of over $100 million, you'd want to make sure that your GPS was right. Getting to heaven is actually even more important. That's why you need to make sure that your moral GPS, your conscience, is pointing you in the right direction. How do we make sure that our consciences are formed in truth and not in personal biases or societal error? After all, when John Wilkes Booth shot Lincoln, his conscience told him he was liberating his country from a tyrant. The answer is actually pretty simple. Listen to the Catholic Church. After all, Christ founded it to get us to heaven. So the Church got her teachings from God himself, has never changed them, and has spent 2,000 years explaining and clarifying them for us. How long have you been working on yours? For more, go to youtube.com/youngcatholic.
All right, back here at the Dowling gym. Alongside Scott Babinett, Mark Hamadale. Dowling throws the ball in, but a turnover and a basket by Johnston as they convert. And I believe it was Tanky who ended up scoring on the other end. And it was Eileen Tanky with her 8th point. And we got another timeout called, and this will be by Dowling. 4:57 to go here in the fourth quarter. Dowling 45, Johnston 35. So that 18-point lead down to 10 for Dowling. Just under 5 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Team fouls, Dowling with 4, Johnston with 6. Timeouts, Johnston down to 1. Dowling now has burned back-to-back timeouts. They're down to 2. So we've got quite a finisher in the next just under 5 minutes to play here, Scott.
Yeah, and again, when you're leading like this and they're up in the tempo or the pressure, you've got to step to the ball. They're going to hack at you because they're trying to get the ball. Referees are letting it play a little bit, so you have to be strong to the ball to draw those fouls, get the free throw line, get some easy opportunities.
Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, and Dental Associates. Mark Hamadale, Scott Babinett. Packed house here at the Dowling gym, and they're still coming in. They're out in the hallway by the small gym and pool area waiting to get in. Dowling with pressure in the backfield. Zedeker underneath. Her shot up. No good. Fight for the rebound. Muller comes away with it, and Dowling will reset with Tritton. They're trying to get it to Zedeker, and they do. Balsley guarding Zedeker. 25 in the shot clock. Now to Moore. Julia dribbles right side. As Johnston has just stayed man-to-man. They will trap at times, but haven't decided to do that here. Now the Maroons run their dribble weave with Zedeker. 10 on the shot clock. Zedeker, left elbow, down the left side. Her shot up and short, drew the foul, and that'll be on Balsley. Isabella Balsley picks up her first foul. And that'll be the 17th foul on Johnston. 1-1. 1-1 coming up for Ava Zedeker. Zedeker tonight, 7 out of 8 at the free throw line. Made her first 7 and missed her last free throw.
And they're giving her 2.
And the first one is good. Oh, they are. Okay. So it's not a 1-1. Thank you, Scott. First one is good.
And that's kind of possession they need. And probably you had the right people handling the ball there in Trenton, Zedeker, and Frericks.
Second free throw, good. 22 points for Ava Zedeker. 4:15 remaining here in the fourth quarter. 47-35. Dowling's lead now back up to 12. Both teams, what a feverish pace here in the fourth quarter. Johnston scrambling, and they've cut that 18-point lead almost in half. A long three up and no good. Rebound, Julia Moore. Outlet pass goes to Tritton, and it's stolen away, and a whistle and a foul in the backcourt as Dowling lost the ball. Tritton with her third foul, I believe. So Layla with her third, fourth team foul on Dowling. 7 on Johnston, just under 4 minutes remaining. Dowling by 12, but Johnston now will have the possession, and Riley will throw it in to Hampton. Back to Riley, dribbles to the free throw line. Little two-person game on the left wing. Johnston right to left, they work underneath. Hampton shot the glass good. Emma Hampton with her 8th point. Comes in averaging 9.5, and she's got all 8 here in the second half, and now a backcourt foul on Johnston. Free throws coming for Dowling. I think they whistled tanky for the foul. We'll see from our official, Cody Buzzell.
Yeah, Lewis.
Oh, Lewis, that's her 4th.
That was a good step through by Zedeker to try to get through that double team and draw that foul.
4 fouls on Jenica Lewis, the young freshman. 8th team foul on Johnson. Zedeker back to the line, who has 22 points tonight. First one is up and good. This is a 1-and-1. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by the Catholic Tuition Organization, Mercy One, and Skeffington's Formal Wear. Seatbelts are fastened. 48-37 Dowling. Make it 49-37. Zedeker with 24 points, and she makes them both. Down court, Riley, and her shot up and no good, but a foul before the shot on Dowling.
And that's 4 on Julia Moore, I believe.
And you're right. Moore with her 4th. Zedeker, Tritton with 3 each.
And that's what's really hard is Riley is so fast. She's coming at you so quickly.
And now they inbound the ball. Hampton. That had a lot of airtime in it, but Johnson got underneath it. Dragons have it. 25 in the shot clock. Here's Riley with it. Kicks it out to Tanky for 3. Good. And she loves that shot. And that's 3, so she's got 11 points now. 49-40, Dowling by 9. Zedeker underneath. Her shot is blocked. Blocked by Hampton. The other way we go with Johnston. Fast break down court. Layup by Riley. Good. Riley with 15 points. The Dragons now have cut it to 7. 49-42, Dowling. Zedeker breaks the press. These young ladies are going to be gassed tonight no matter which team they're on.
Well, and you just need to have a good possession here.
Now here is Olsen with it. She's double teamed. Gets it out to Frerichs with 15 on the shot clock. They're face guarding Zedeker underneath the Moeller. Her layup is good. She went right around the contact to Hampton, and the freshman scores for Dowling. Ellie Moeller with 6 points all in the second half. 51-42 Dowling. Long 3 up and no good by Lewis. And the ball goes out of bounds. Or a foul, whistle and a foul on Hampton of Johnston. That'll be her 2nd foul. The ball goes out of bounds to Dowling, but it'll be, is that a 1-and-1 or is that a 2-shot foul? Is that 9? That's her 2nd foul, but that is the 19th foul, so this will be a 1-and-1. Sometimes they post the fouls, and then you got to see if they move the team fouls over. They post the individual fouls, so Zedeker at the line again. 24 points for Ava. 51-42 Dowling. 2.5 minutes to go. And Johnston and their 42-game winning streak in jeopardy. Free throw is off the rim, no good. Rebound, Tritton, and the layup is good. Check that, it was Frerichs over there with the basket. She's got 8 points. 53-42, Dowling by 11. Here's Riley for 3, up and off the back iron, no good. Rebound, Zedeker. And Scott, I can't wait to see the shooting percentages for Johnston from 3-point and 2-point, because they have been cold tonight at times.
They have, and that's...
Dowling with the ball here as they're getting another double teaming everybody. Foul on Hampton as she collided with Julia Moore, and that'll be the 10th foul on Johnston. And free throws coming, 2 free throws the rest of the way for Dowling. Hampton with her 3rd foul, and Julia Moore The double bonus the rest of the way for Dowling here, Scott, leading by 11. 2:03 to go in the fourth.
Yeah, I have Johnson 2 for 11 unofficially from the three-point line tonight.
Moore's free throw good. Julia with 9 points on the night. 3-pointer in the first quarter, 2-pointer in the second quarter. Had 5 points at halftime, did Moore. Julia with 3 free throws here in the second half. She'll attempt her fourth here. And it's up, off the back iron, no good. But Muller, offensive rebound, Dowling. Ellie with it, and a jump ball called. Or timeout called, excuse me. Timeout called by Dowling, and this will be a full timeout. We'll take it with them. 2 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Dowling by 12, 54-42. Game 1 of our girl-boy doubleheader from the Dowling Gym. Back after this 1-minute break on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Thank you for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Did you know when you support Iowa Catholic Radio, you can make your donation go farther by asking your employer about matching gifts? Ask your employer about matching gifts, and thank you for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
The Catholic Tuition Organization provides tuition assistance for families to send their kids to our Catholic schools and 65% Iowa tax credits for you. Give to ctoiowa.org.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formalware, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formalware, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
Hi, this is Jane Ann Vechichka from St. Teresa Parish in Des Moines. Thanks for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
Back here at the Dowling Gym, Mark Amadale alongside Scott Babinett. Final 2 minutes of the fourth quarter, 54-42, Dowling by 12. 30 on the shot clock. Dowling inbounds the ball, and here's Zedeker with it. 10 team fouls on Johnston, so every Johnston foul, Dowling will shoot the double bonus. Maroons have 6 team fouls as Tritton and Zedeker play catch.
Does a good job here controlling the basketball.
Maroons playing keep away. Reverse layup good by Tritton. She got loose in the baseline with 10 on the shot clock. And Layla Tritton with her 10th point. Long three up and good by Johnston. Tanky in transition. She has 14. Pressure in the backcourt. Now Tanky comes away with the steal. Her shot is no good. Rebound Dowling and Frericks. Minute 15 to go. Dowling by 11. Maroons in the front court. And a whistle and a pushing foul on Lewis. And Jenica Lewis is going to foul out with 5 points. The freshman phenom. And she's going to be the first casualty of the ball game with 1 minute and 9 seconds remaining here in the fourth. She will foul out with 5 points here, Scott.
Yeah, that young lady didn't have her best night, but she's going to have a lot of great nights in her
you
career.
can just see that. Zedeker at the free throw line. First one up and good. 25 points for Ava Zedeker. 57-45 Dowling. 69 seconds remaining. Fourth quarter. Second one good. 26 points for Ava Zedeker. And of course, reminder, we will have members of the Dowling girls team and coach on at halftime. Long three up and good. That's Tanky again. Keeps it close. She's got 17 points. And she's hit 3 threes all in the fourth quarter. Now Dowling with the ball underneath is Muller. Layup is good. Ellie Muller got behind everybody, and she picks up her 8th point. 60-48 Dowling. 45 seconds remaining. And now underneath Hampton is fouled by Ellie Muller, and she'll have 2 free throws.
She did have a good block, but she got her on the body there low.
Very evident. Officials have done a great job tonight. Jerry Kinder, George Harwood, Cody Buzzell. Cody from Cedar Falls makes his way down here for this CIML doubleheader. First free throw, no good by Hampton. 76% free throw shooter on the year. Hampton with 8 points tonight. She'll get another. And the second one is off the mark, no good. Rebound Dowling and Frericks. Outlet pass to Zedeker. Foul in the backcourt on Johnston. And this will be on Aaliyah Riley, her 4th. 2 shots coming now for Zedeker. And I need a calculator. Excuse me. I got to borrow some fingers and toes. She has been at the line so many times.
Right.
But go ahead, Scott.
No, this is a good building game, obviously, for Dowling. And they weathered a storm here. They've had a lot of turnovers, double-digit turnovers in the second half because of that Johnston pressure. But they weathered it. They've done the things they need to do to get some easy layups and the right person shooting free throws. They've recognized and settled down their ball handling here late to pull away here.
No question about it. Second free throw good. 62-48. Dowling 34 seconds. Tanky for three. It's no good. Rebound Muller. And Johnson's going to back off here apparently. Dowling will dribble across the timeline. The fans are going to let him hear it. Johnston's 42-game winning streak is going to come to an end. Shot clock turned off. Congratulations to the Dowling gals. This water bottle's got one guy in mind right now, and he's right in front of us. He don't have much hair like me. And listen to the fans. 62-48 the final. Dowling is upset number one Johnston. And the 42-game winning streak is over. Wow.
What a good night for the Maroons.
So Ava Zedeker, 17 times she went to the free throw line. She was 15 of 17. And we'll add some of these numbers up. But what a night for Zedeker. I got her for 28 points. And the Dowling girls come away victorious. Their record improves to 11-4. Johnston suffers its first loss. They're now 16-1 on the season. Dowling has won 8 in a row. And Dowling now will empty the floor. What a night it has been in game one.
Yeah,
the final.
That was an awesome output by the Maroons. And again, that's a great Johnston team there, and they'll still be the favorites to win state, but you prove that you can compete and beat them. So that's a big night for the Maroons.
Dowling has now won 8 in a row with the win tonight. And the final, we'll take a 2-minute break here between games as the Maroons upset number one Johnston 62-48. Dragons fall to 16-1. Dowling improves to 11-4. Maroons ranked number 4. Johnston ranked number 1. But the Dragons' 42-game winning streak comes to an end. We'll take a break and recap the scoring and statistics when we return. Mark Amadale, Scott Babinet. And don't forget Jimmy Cataldo in the wings. He'll be alongside me for the boys' game between Dowling and Johnston. But first, the post-game show coming up here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment. Whether it's in the classroom or at home, Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from businesses and organizations who share in the mission of connecting listeners to Christ while connecting you to their products and services they provide. To learn more and support the businesses and organizations who support the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, visit iowacatholicradio.com to view our business sponsors. If you'd like more information on how your business or organization can become a business sponsor, contact Deacon Mark 515-223-1150, 515-223-1150.
Who says you gotta have it all?
stop, I can see the finish line. One shot, are you gonna take it? Are you gonna take it this time? One life, don't let it pass you by. See that wildfire in your eyes. Keep on burning, keep that dream alive. You can't let go of what you got inside. Maybe it's crazy, maybe it's meant to be. Who says you got it?
Listener-supported Iowa Catholic Radio, 1150 AM KWKY Des Moines, 94.5 FM K233BT Des Moines, 88.5 FM KIHS Adel. Online anytime at iowacatholicradio.com.
All right, back here at the Dowling Gym, Mark Hemedale alongside Scott Babin. I think we got everything going. Let's recap. Dowling winning 62-48 in the girls contest. Maroons improved 11-4. Johnston falls to 16-1, and their 42-game winning streak is over. The Dragons are the defending champs in Class 5A, and they're ranked number 1. Dowling ranked 4th in girls play, and the Maroons with the win. And just go back to what you were recapping there with the statistics there,
yeah,
Scott.
with the turnovers for Dowling tonight. Got, like I said, the first game, it was a 9 turnover difference, and Dowling cut that down. But where they really made strides tonight is they out-rebounded Johnston by 7, and that's just that's a shout out to the Maroons and how tough they played on the glass tonight. They were more physical. They were getting after it a little bit more, which was a point of emphasis. You know, we talked about pregame. Johnston got 15 more offensive rebounds in game 1. And then they had 9 less turnovers, and so that's basically 24 extra possessions if you look at it that way. And Dowling significantly cut that down tonight, and then they shot better from the field. So with that, you know, again, they weathered a storm, but they created a storm for Johnston because they just didn't let up at any time. And, you know, in the first game, they only scored 13 in the second half, and that was huge to keep the pressure on them. I don't think Johnston was expecting that. And, again, when you win that many in a row, it's easy to get lackadaisical.
All right, let's take a look at the scoring in the contest. We'll start with the Johnston Dragons, the visitors tonight here at the Dowling Gym. They were led by Eileen Tankies, 17 points. She had 4 at halftime and 13 points all in the second half. 3 threes in the fourth quarter to bring Johnston back from an 18-point deficit. So Tanky leading the way for Johnston with 17 points. Next up in double figures was Aaliyah Riley. She had 15 points. And then rounding out scoring for Johnston, Emma Hampton, their center, with 8 points. 5 points for the freshman Jenica Lewis. She fouled out with 1:09 remaining in the fourth quarter. Jalea Knetz off the bench with 3 points. And then others in the contest, Isabella Balsley off the bench. She did not score for Johnston. Also, Molly Nelk did not score for Johnston. She came in averaging 6.5 points and did not score tonight for the Dragons. Johnston went 8 of 12 at the free throw line. For Dowling Catholic, the Maroons were led by Ava Zedekers, 28 points. She was followed by Layla Tritton with 10, 8 points for Julia Moore, 8 points for Lauren Frericks, and 8 points for for Ellie Muller off the bench for Dowling Catholic. And then Ellie Olson did not score tonight for Dowling, and Macy Harnden came in and did not score. If you joined us late, Marin Heller did not play tonight for Dowling, their first guard off the bench. She is away at a softball camp, so she was not available tonight. So the Maroons did it with a 6-player rotation, including Macy Harden giving him some minutes for 7-player rotation, as the Maroons were 18 of 21 at the free throw line tonight. Dowling led 29-18 at the half. Maroons outscored Johnston 43-29 in the third quarter, and both teams played to a 19-19 tie in the fourth quarter. And Dowling wins it by 14, 62-48 over Johnston. Up next for Dowling, the Maroons will be in action on Tuesday night. We'll be traveling to the Ankeny Gym. It will be Dowling at 15th ranked Ankeny in a girl-boy doubleheader on Tuesday, so I hope you join us for that. And Scott, we're going to get ready for the boys game, and I hope it can't be as exciting as the girls, but thanks for all you do. This is a tremendous game to watch. Appreciate your perspective, because you're this close, and this bottle of water is going to go on one of the bald coaches over there for Dowling. And so we know it's not Myers, and we know it's not Audrey, Danner, if he comes near me, he knows this is coming because I told him that. But congratulations to the coaching staff and Dowling Catholic.
There'll be some proud parents up there in Oline tonight, right?
Yes, there are. All right, the final in Game 1, 4th-ranked Dowling upsets number 1 Johnston 62-48, ending Johnston's 42-game winning streak. Next, we'll preview the boys' contest. Jimmy Cataldo will be alongside. For Scott Babinet, I'm Mark Amadale. We'll take a 1-minute break and return here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
I feel like we're lost in this woods. And why is my boyfriend up in a tree?
It doesn't matter. Who could be against choice?
Depends on the choice. And what did you do with our compass?
What about the rights of my conscience?
Does your conscience recognize the right thing to do?
Watch. I'm choosing to prune the branch off this tree.
But it's the one you're sitting on.
Ah!
Choice is a means, not an end. Form your conscience to make good choices. You'll be glad you did. Looks like I need to choose a different boyfriend.
Ouch.
A message from
Iowa
Catholic Radio.
Hi, this is Matt Wilcomb from Iowa Catholic Radio. In this season of new beginnings, it's a chance to reconsider priorities and reset relationships, including with God. We're here to help make that happen for listeners like Addie, who says, Iowa Catholic Radio grows my knowledge. Every time I turn on the station, I feel like I'm learning. Are you feeling the call to help others know just how much God loves them? Consider a gift of $30 a month at iowacatholicradio.com. That's iowacatholicradio.com. Thank you.
All right, we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Mark Amadale alongside Jimmy Cataldo as we get set for the boys' contest. Dowling and Johnston, and what a girls' game it was, 62-48. The Dowling girls a winner in Game 1, and as we switch out our broadcasting crew, Scott Babinet exits right, and in comes the coach, Jimmy Cataldo. Coach, welcome. First of all, can this game top what we just saw?
That was incredible. Just incredible. What a great win for Coach Marr, her staff, her team. So excited for her. You know, the student body showed up, the crowd showed up to support them as they should, because they got a heck of a ball team, and they're hot. They're hot and you hope you're hot in February, but right now they're playing as a top-rated team in the entire 5A.
Yeah, they certainly are. They knocked off number 1 Johnston in Game 1. Game 2 is on the horizon, and Jimmy, just wanted to let you know I got next week covered. I know you're going to be gone next week. We got Stevie Sarcone sitting in on Tuesday.
I hope to goodness you talk about his record this year, because it's a little subpar.
Well, I'm going to bring a lot of things up.
But don't get too, because then you may not get any Dairy Queen.
Well, I understand that. I could be banned from all the Dairy Queens if I do that. But on Friday, we're bringing in the coach. The guy he has intercepted Kurt Warner in flag football, and that is the coach, Mike Swaim. A week from tonight here at the Dowling Gym, Dowling and Southeast Polk. I got your games covered.
I may get in town for that to be able to watch as a parent and a fan, but I may have to bring out some old video of this. White shoes, Coach Swaim, interception.
He's got it.
It was incredible.
He intercepted Kurt Warner when he was with the Barnstormers way back when.
Way back when.
90s or so. It was flag football during the summer. You were part of that team, but Swamer got the interception.
I was
white shoes and all, white socks.
I was telling him, because I was the lockdown corner on the opposite side. They picked on him, but it was so funny. He gets the interception and starts waving the ball at Kurt Warner. I mean, who does that?
Mike Swaim.
Mike Swaim does it.
That's right. That's your classmate here at Dowling. All right, Jimmy, we got the boys contest. You heard probably from Clay Fieldking, the boys coach at halftime, previewing this game. And I know as we go to our pregame here, Dowling has not shot well, but look who they played. 3 top 10 teams. They got a victory on one of them 10 days ago, but have lost consecutive games to Valley and Waukee. Attempt to get off the schneid tonight. And, by the way, Dowling defeated Johnston in their first meeting at the Johnston Gym. So this is always a great matchup.
Well, I think you look at Johnston, they come in at 7-8, and I think it's incredibly misleading as they played a tough schedule as well. They're a talented ball team. They lose to a very highly rated Indianola team by 1. They lose to Valley by 5. But, they're right in a 2-game winning streak, wins over Urbandale and Hoover. But and they won the last 4 out of 6 with losses coming to Northwest, Waukee Northwest, and Indianola. So I don't think you look at Johnson and think, well, this is a team that we beat last time. I think both coaching staffs are throughout the last few days believe that this is a very winnable game for them. So it'd be very interesting to see these two teams show up on the court, as I think you're going to see a heck of a ball game tonight.
Well, Dowling coming off, as you mentioned, the loss on Tuesday to Waukee, and Waukee Northwest battling tonight in Waukee as Northwest won the first meeting, and this game is at Waukee High, so we'll try to keep you abreast of that. But this is a Johnston team that, as you mentioned, they're 7-8. They've won 4 of their last 6 games, including the last 2 in a row in this rugged conference. It seems like half the teams are a top 10 team. And Sam Tornabane, one of the leaders in scoring, along with Jalen Richardson and Nate Ruish. They kind of share the wealth, averaging all 3 right around 11 points. And then Tay Proctor, their guard, averaging 10 points. And that's a very well-balanced team. But through the league, they've struggled. They were in the top 10 early. They were runner-up last year, losing to Ames in the state championship. But they were ranked in the preseason top 10 and now have fallen out. And it's due to they're encountered the same schedule Dowling has encountered, as we all know.
Well, you looked at last meeting against Johnston. You look at what was successful for the Maroons. Drew Marr goes off for 16 points. Riddick Metten had a really good game with 11. You had a bench play with Andrew Nyang'e, Dante Cataldo coming off both with 5 apiece. Coach Steelking mentioned the last time they played, there's no Joey Coppola. So Joey Coppola brings a big asset to you, somebody who can handle the ball and somebody who's knocked down some shots over the last couple of games. But you look at the output that Johnston had. Proctor did not score in that last game, and Tornabane was held to just 9 points. So 2 guys that you think are going to help your ball team offensively really didn't help out much in the last game. But I truly think that you look at this, I think there's going to be a kid, Sam Tornabane, that you got to find in the perimeter who can knock down some shots.
And for Dowling, Joey Coppola was not available either. He was still battling that back injury, and he did not play against Johnston. So that'll be the first game in which he's played against the Dragons this year.
Right, and like I said, Joey brings a lot of help with somebody who can handle the ball, and the way the Maroons have been shooting over the last 3 games. And I think that this has to be an emphasis for them. Their 3-point shooting has been just dreadful, going 7 of 35 with Waukee, and poor shooting against Valley and Centennial. So a lot of emphasis on getting the ball down low and attacking the basket.
All right, let's take a look at starting lineups tonight for Johnston and Dowling Catholic here at the Dowling Gym. Game 1 was won by the Dowling girls, and we'll take a look at Game 2 for Johnston. Their record 7-8. The head coach, Brian Frick, in his 4th year, 55 wins, 25 losses, assisted by the former Dowling assistant, Nick Wagner. And the Dragons will start this lineup. At point guard, Tay Proctor, a 6-foot junior, averaging 10 points, or wear number 4. The other guard is Prestige Taylor, 5'10", sophomore, averaging 8.5 points, leads the team with 2.5 assists, 14 steals, and shooting 88% from the free throw line. All team leaders there. And Prestige Taylor will wear number 24. One forward, Jalen Richardson, 6'3", sophomore, averaging 11 points, 5 rebounds. He'll wear number 14. And Nate Ruish, a 6'4" senior, averaging 11.5 points. He'll wear number 15. He had 7 threes against Urbandale on Tuesday. And at center, Sam Tornabane. Tornabane, a 6'7" senior, averaging 11 points, 5.5 rebounds, and he'll wear number 12. Dragons average 59 points on offense, give up 54 points on defense. For Dowling, the Maroons will start their usual lineup. Davis Scheck, Joey Coppola, Drew Morrow, the 3 guards, along with Ryan Kleppe and Riddick Metten. We'll take a 1-minute break. Back with the tip-off in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Have you downloaded the Iowa Catholic Radio app? It's easy through the Apple App Store on iPhone or through Google Play on Android. Search Iowa Catholic Radio and download the app. You can listen to Iowa Catholic Radio Talk or Iowa Catholic Radio Music. Listening to Iowa Catholic Radio is easy.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
Hi, this is Magnus McFarland Barrow with Mary's Meals. Thank you for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Starting lineup's been introduced by Denny O'Grady here at the Dowling Gym. Our officials tonight, Jerry Kinder, George Harwood, and Cody Buzzell. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo, as we're about ready to start the boys contest, as it was earlier tonight, the Dowling girls upsetting number 1 Johnston. And we're underway. Dowling winning the tip, and they'll go right to left towards the south basket here in first half number 1. Dowling gets the ball underneath, and that is Riddick Metten. And a shot off the glass, up and good by Metten. Boy, he got too deep on the baseline. Then he came back up in the mid-block and scored.
Well, you love seeing that out of Riddick. The last game he got it down low. He looked to pass it out. That time he muscled his way in there and attacked the basket from the block, converting the 2.
2-0 Dowling underway here in this first half as Johnston with the basketball. They get the ball out to Ruish, now left side. Goes Richardson in the lane. His shot up and rolls off the rim. No good. And Tornabane will go to the free throw line. And he is a problem. Tornabane and Ruish, both post players, if in essence, Jimmy, they both lead the team with 33 made threes. So they're an inside-outside presence. And now Tornabane drew the foul. And that was on Davis Sheck, his first.
Dowling started their defensive set in the zone, which I think they advented the zone into the season. The last time they played Johnston caused them a lot of problems. And they were highly successful with that zone, and that's how they started the game tonight.
Tornabane misses the first free throw, makes the second. 2-1 is our score. Dowling over Johnston. 1-2-2, full court press by the Dragons. Dowling breaks it, diagonal pass. Work in the corner. Metten fakes the 3. Skip pass over to Drew Morrow. He'll launch the 3 from the letters, and it's good on the right wing. Drew Morrow on the W over there.
It's a must make for you if you're Drew Morrow to get the first basket of the night. Really sets the tone for him throughout the game, making the first shot.
Dowling by 4. And Johnston with the basketball. They travel with the basketball in the corner.
Great help defense. I think the Maroons do a great job with this zone. Really finding the double team help down low, and that's what the Maroons did and forced Sam Tornabane into a travel.
Dowling with the basketball is Capola. Leaves it for Sheck. Out to Metten, high post. Now cut by Morrow. Drew at the free throw line. Gets it back to Sheck. Davis for 3. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound Johnston and Richardson. Dragons running. Here's Proctor in the lane. His shot off the glass too strong. He drew the foul, and he'll get 2 free throws. That's a little different than Tuesday night's game, where we had 1 free throw attempted the whole night, and that was by Omaha Ballou, and that was like the 3rd possession in the first quarter. Tonight we've got a few more.
Well, it begins with your team attacking the rim, and that's what Johnston's doing, and that's what the Maroons are doing, and something you didn't see out of the Maroons in Waukees zone defense, but Johnston playing man-to-man, which allows the Maroons to attack the basket more frequently.
And the second free throw is also good. So Taylor Proctor 2 for 2 at the line, comes in averaging just over 10 points. Johnston, all 3 of their points at the free throw line. 5-3, Dowling with the lead here in the boys contest. That foul was on Davis Sheck. So both Dowling with 2 team fouls, Johnston none, as we start the first quarter. Here's Sheck with it, double teamed on the perimeter. Gets it over to Kleppe. Now back to Morrow for 3. Good. That's a little bit further and towards the sideline over by the W in Dowling. Wow.
He's a confident shooter, and if he has the confidence, it's going to let him go tonight, and that's what Drew struggled with over the last few games, is that confidence.
Whistle and a foul on Dowling. Capola picks up his first foul. He'll be out of bounds to Johnston. 8-3 is our score. Dowling by 5. Dowling girls a winner in game 1, 62-48 over the Johnston girls, snapping their 42-game winning streak. Dowling on an 8-game winning streak with the win over Johnston, handing the Dragons their first loss. And now we're underway. Capola slaps the ball away. Morrow almost got it. Now slapped around. Picked up by Ruish. Underneath the Tornabane, his shot up and stops on the rim and falls off. No good. Rebound Dowling and Riddick Metten.
Great defense by Riddick on that. Really hammering Tornabane on the block and then blocking out to get the rebound.
There's Kleppe with it for Morrow. Start at the same spot. Here's Capola in the lane. A little teardrop shot, too strong, and a rebound Tornabane for Johnston. Sam Tornabane, his twin brother Dom, on the team. And we got carrying the basketball on Johnston as they're going to whistle Richardson for the carry. Turnover against the Dragons.
It's a little surprising that Johnston has not gone into that zone. You saw a little bit of a glimpse of a zone in Dowling's last possession, full offensive possession. Be interesting to see if they drop back into a zone on this possession to see if they can force the Maroons into a shooting.
Prestige Taylor will pick up Now they are in a zone. 1-2-2 it looks like. And in the corner, here is Marr. Pull-up jumper from 15, right wing, no good. Rebound Dragons, Dowling 8-3. Under 5 minutes to play. Long three, no good by Roosh. And the rebound comes out to Dowling.
One of the few misses I'm sure he's had over the last couple of games, hitting
7 of 10 from three-point range at the Urbandale gym. I told Coach Steelking, I said, hey, you shot lights out in your own gym. Corner three, good, and that is Drew Marr, this time from the left baseline. Marr with 9 points, all in the first quarter, 11-3 Dowling. 8-point lead for the Maroons. 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo. Appreciate you joining us tonight here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Johnston, a corner three by Proctor. It missed everything, no good. Rebound Scheck, and now Dowling. Scheck down the lane, has the ball, stolen away by Taylor. Prestige in the lane, his shot up and no good. Tipped by Tornabane, no good. Into the hands of Richardson, and we got a technical foul called on Frick. Coach Frick has picked up a tee. And free throws will be coming for Dowling, and they'll lose the possession. So that'll put Drew Marr at the line. That'll be a bench technical.
I think what Frick was complaining about is that on the dribble drive by, I believe, Richardson, Morrow had some contact, and the official raised his hand but didn't call the foul.
First free throw good by Drew. It's a two-shot technical. Now the thing that changes here, coaches can stand up and coach their team. The head coach can. You only have one coach at a time. That has now been eliminated from the Johnston bench. Free throw good by Morrow, and Drew with 11 first quarter points. 13-3 Dowling by 10. Technical foul on the head coach, Brian Frick. So there'll be no more standing for Johnston. They'll be back to the old seatbelt rule.
I tell you, that's hard, especially in a game. Your team's down 10 early. And
now Coach Frick has asked Jerry Kinder, the lead referee here, to visit, as the argument was with Cody Bazell and Frick. It'll be Dowling basketball at half court. And I think Brian's just trying to plead his case.
Yeah, I think if this is the last time you're going to be able to talk, I think you get everything out you can and probably just find yourself back on the bench. And
tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by the Catholic Tuition Organization, Mercy One, and Skeffington's Formal Wear. And Coach Frick will sit down. He'll have to sit the rest of the game. Of course, 2 technical fouls in a game. It's automatic disqualification for coach or player. Dowling with the ball, leading by 10. 4 minutes left, first quarter. Here's Metten with it, top of the key. Riddick, dribble handoff to Coppola. Maroons get it in the corner to Kleppe. Johnston stays man-to-man. Now on the baseline. Morrow in the corner for three. It's good! Nice pass by Riddick Metten, and Drew Morrow has 4 first quarter three-pointers. How about that? And 14 points.
Just has to feel extremely good. And I'd be so hard-pressed taking him out, and normally he finds his way.
And now the skip pass to Tornabane's knocked out of bounds by Morrow. Drew with the excellent anticipation there. Roosh with the pass that was deflected. What were you talking about with shooting percentages earlier? Shooting.
If I have to break the slump, I will be willing to break the slump.
Duly noted.
I've done that a lot of times. I call something out, and then it just all of a sudden it happens.
Duly noted. If Danner walks by, he's going to get a little water bath after the girls' upset win. It's FYI. Here's Tornabane for three. He's fouled the basket. Will not go, but he'll get 3 free throws. Sam beyond the arc. And the foul will be on Coppola. And that is what you got to be careful of with Dowling. Joey with his second foul. And that'll get Colin Clark off the bench for Dowling Catholic. But so tough to defend. Andrew Nyanji in the Dowling lineup, 6'5 senior. And now Tornabane for 3 free throws. First one good.
Joey just got in contesting the shot, just a little bit of body. But after calling a technical foul, usually things get tightened up a little bit.
Second free throw good. Tornabane's the last guy you want to foul. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Construction Professionals, Ashworth Vision Clinic and Dental Associates. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo here in Game 2. Our thanks to Scott Babinett, who assisted me in Game 1. Brian Sweeney, our studio producer. And Sam Tornabane, 3 for 3 after the foul. He was fouled beyond the three-point arc. Makes all 3. He's got 4 points, 16-6 Dowling. 3:05 to go here in the second quarter from a packed Dowling gym. Maroons trying to make a doubleheader sweep. Here's Kleppe down the lane. His shot blocked by Tornabane, and they're going to whistle him for the foul. He blocked the shot, but it was with the body. So Tornabane with his first foul, the 6'7" senior. He and Roosh lead the team with 33 made threes coming in.
Saw a lot of Sam Tornabane last year coming off the bench as a sixth man. And
yes, we did.
So impressive in his shot shooting, and then being a starter this year, he hasn't let anybody down. He's continued to stay hot in his abilities.
Second free throw, good by Kleppe. He has his first point tonight. 14 points for Drew Marr that leads Dowling. Metten has 2 points and Kleppe with 1. 17-6, Dowling by 11. This is their largest lead of the night here in the first quarter. Tay Proctor with it in the corner. Dowling working that zone. Pass underneath of Simpson, who's in the lineup. Jacob Simpson stolen away by Dowling. Marr underneath, his shot up, and no good. Blocked by Tornabane, but foul by Tornabane, and that'll be Sam's second.
Drew Marr does such a great job when he does attack the basket on the dribble out to use his body to be able to absorb any type of foul, but yet give him the opportunity to continue to get the ball into the hole.
And Marl's first free throw, no good.
Rare miss tonight.
Drew, a 73% free throw shooter, leads the team. Niangi, 80%. Those are the two best free throw shooters on this Dowling team, and Drew misses his first, but he's hit 4 threes in the first quarter. Second one good. Marl with 15 points. All in the first quarter, 18-6. Dowling by 12 over Johnston. Girls contest won by Dowling, 62-48. Johnston underneath. This is Jacob Simpson to stop. His shot up, no good. Missed everything, out of bounds to Dowling and went off Niangi. Now, Jacob Simpson, he was a starter at one time last year, and he's that combo guy in football, tight end and wide receiver, 6'6" junior, averaging 3 points and just under 4 rebounds. But now it's just coming off the bench. So he went from starter to a bench player here, Jimmy.
Talked a lot about him to some of the people up in the stands. He's a kid that has really dominated his freshman and sophomore year and just not finding the same type of play here as a junior. And maybe, in fact, he stopped growing, but he's a good-sized kid, and he can play the game.
Jalen Richardson scores off the inbounds play for Johnston. Richardson averaging 11 points, 5 rebounds, has his first 2 points of the night. 10-point Dowling lead, 18-8. 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter from a packed Dowling gym. I knew we were going to be in trouble when the place was full and there were more people lining up here at the south entrance, and it was packed. Here's Niangi for 3, good. He's had a game where he had 20-some points. This might be another one. Andrew, top of the key for 3, and he's got his first 3 of the night. Dowling by 13 underneath Tornabane, and layup is good. Check that. It was Richardson with the basket.
Just gambled there. Andrew Niangi gambled on that, and Richardson got the pass and converted.
Maroons' largest lead has been 13 here in the first quarter. Sheck with it underneath to Niangi. His shot with the left hand, no good. Well defended that time by Proctor. Rebound Johnston. Here's Simpson. Back to Proctor. Now underneath is Roos, and his shot up and no good. Rebound Morrow. Outlet pass to Sheck. Tipped out of bounds, and Cataldo can't save it, and they're going to give it to Johnston. Dante Cataldo into the Dowling lineups. The Maroons rotating their players through. Cataldo, a 6'1" junior. Colin Clark, 6'3" senior in there, and Andrew Niangi, a 6'5" senior, rotate in for Dowling with Kleppe and Metten on the bench with Capola.
Johnston's found a lot of success in 2 young sophomores in Richardson and Prestige Taylor, and these 2 young men are really leading the team and a lot of athleticism what they do here.
Here's Roos pass stolen away by Sheck, as Davis got his hand up in the passing lane and not only deflected but makes the interception, and Johnson back to man. Here's Niangi beyond the 3-point arc, guarded by Simpson. Makes his way to the basket. His shot up, missed everything. Rebound Johnston and Richardson. Jalen in the front court. Gets in the corner to Proctor. Fakes the 3, won't shoot it. And Maroons go back to their zone.
Pulling out, looking for the last shot here with 17 seconds to go.
Shot clock turned off. Now 10 on the shot clock. Off a ball screen. This is Prestige Taylor. In the corner goes to Proctor. Turnaround shot at the horn is no good. Rebound by Proctor. Shot blocked by Dowling and Nyanji. And we've come to the end of the first quarter with the score. Dowling Catholic 21, Johnston 10. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadeo, we will be back with the second quarter from the Dowling Gym here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Iowa Catholic Radio is now available on your smart speaker. Step 1, say,
Alexa, enable the Iowa Catholic Radio skill.
Or enable it through your Alexa app. Step 2, say,
Alexa, open Iowa Catholic Radio.
Now enjoy listening to Iowa Catholic Radio through your smart speaker. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercyone.org.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
Hi, I'm Sister Faustina Marie of Our Lady of Solitude Monastery in Tonopah, Arizona. Thanks for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Mark Amadale alongside Jimmy Cataldo. Dowling leads 21-10 here as we start the second quarter of the boys contest. And Jimmy, you got to look at some of the numbers from the first quarter.
Maroons go 1 of 5 from the field, 5 of 6 from the three-point arc, led by Drew Morrow there. 5 total rebounds, 2 turnovers. For Johnston, 2 of 8 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3, 7 rebounds, and 4 turnovers in that first quarter.
Johnston with the basketball. They are the road team tonight in their black jerseys, white numbers, and purple trim. Corner 3 as Johnston's first possession by Roosh, no good. Offensive rebound. Simpson backs in and a charging foul called against Roosh as he backed in against Kleppe.
Got a great job holding his position in Kleppe, and Simpson just using that football body of yours and try to get position and really laid one into Kleppe, but Kleppe holding his own and taking the charge.
14 foul on Johnston here in the first half. Dowling also with 14 fouls. Maroons lead 21-10. Dowling went 4 of 6 at the free throw line in the first quarter, and Johnston 6 of 7 at the line. Dowling with the ball, and Johnston is in man-to-man defense. Down the lane is Clark underneath to Dante Cataldo, and his shot up and good. Nice pass by Colin Clark.
Tremendous pass by Colin Clark, and really that's what we got to do is you got to get 2 guys to jump on you, and Dante with the back cut, converting the 2.
Here's Roosh with it in the corner, gets to Proctor, and he travels with it. You mentioned you got to get 2 hands. Now you also got to make a strong pass, because if that double team comes in to play, you're going to have the ball deflected, and that was a strong point by Clark that time. He didn't allow that.
One thing that the Maroons have not done a great job is getting 2 guys to guard you, and you do that by attacking the board, and that time Clark takes the ball hard to the basket. 2 guys jump on him, and then he finds the open pass. Great job by Clark.
Here's Clark with it. It stops at the elbow, guarded by Tornabane. Out to Cataldo. Dribbles baseline. And the ball tipped out of bounds. And they will be Dowling possession with 15 on the shot clock. Let's set the Dowling lineup. Colin Clark, Dante Cataldo, Drew Morrow, Ryan Kleppe, and who am I missing? Ryan Kleppe and Metten. Yeah, Riddick Metten. So that's the Dowling 5 with Coppola.
Sitting with 2 fouls is Coppola.
Yep, and Sheck on the bench right now for Dowling. Tornabane will guard the inbounds pass by Clark. Maroons get it in. 10 on the shot clock. Metten spins in the lane, puts up a shot, no good. Bodies hit the floor, and the rebound out to Jacob Simpson. Johnston running. Here's Richardson underneath. Out to Taylor. Prestige in the lane, leaves it for Simpson. Kicks it back out to Richardson for 3, right wing, good. Jalen Richardson with his first 3 tonight, and he's got 7 points to lead Johnston, and it's 23-13, Dowling by 10 as we approach the 6-minute mark of the second quarter.
You know, this offensive set, Drew's getting a little bit frustrated. He's not getting the ball, but, you know, when you're hot this way.
And we got a tie-up on a jump ball here on the floor with Drew Morrow.
The ball's going to stay with the Maroons, but Drew's trying to create something. You let the offense work and let the other guys find a way to open you up. He's working, trying to work around to get the ball, and he's not allowing his teammates to come over and set picks for him, which that is what's opened them up in the first quarter.
Now I'm going to go devil's advocate at you as a player. But, Coach, I'm feeling it tonight. I got 4 threes in the first quarter.
To me, we're not a great shooting team. Let's just let's work the picks. Let's find you, because the setup shooting Drew is so much better right now than trying to run around the perimeter, trying to get the ball in your hands.
All right, here's a backdoor cut, and the ball kicked out of bounds. Metten tried to pass to Dante Cataldo on the baseline and went off of Dante's foot out of bounds to Johnston. Your point is well taken. I was just trying to set you up a little bit. But, yeah, Drew's feeling it, and he's trying to overcompensate. Let the game come to you, young man, and we'll see how that happens.
Because what's going to happen is Johnston's going to find him with 1 or 2 guys.
Now here's a three-pointer, no good by Proctor. Weak side rebound, Cataldo. And here's Kleppe with it. Stops at the left elbow. Gives it to Marr, or gives it to Metten, rather, on the baseline. Over to Cataldo. They reverse it to Clark. Right side to Sheck for 3. It's off the mark. No good. Tip no good by Metten, but coming away with it is Kleppe and Dowling a brand new shot clock with 5:15 to go in the half. Now Cataldo on the baseline. His shot no good. Metten offensive rebound. Spins. And the ball is safe from going out of bounds nicely by Prestige Taylor. The other way we go, and Richardson's shot no good. Ball slapped around, and Clark with the rebound. Outlet pass to Cataldo underneath. Tornabane blocks his shot. Ball loose on the floor. Kleppe, or rather Sheck comes away with it, and his shot is blocked by Tornabane. Are you keeping Tornabane's block? I'm up to 3.
What you got to love is how, Tornabane's he's going to be a presence inside, but the Maroons continue to attack the basket, something that you haven't seen the last few games. They've been settling for 3-point shots, and love the fact that they're attacking the basket, which has been a huge success point for them in the games that they've won.
Dowling 23, Johnston 13. Maroons by 10. They've led by as many as 13 here in the first half. 4:40 left to go, second quarter. And now a long 3 up and no good by Jack Odie, who just checked in. So the Maroons have went 9 deep in this first half. Rebound Johnston. What a flurry that was by Dowling. Now underneath, this is Prestige Taylor. Gets in the lane to Richardson. Nice pass by Taylor, and a foul on Dowling, and Richardson to the line. And this will be on Colin Clark. That's his first foul. 15 foul on Dowling, 4 on Johnston. And back to the free throw line, or rather to the free throw line. First time tonight is Jalen Richardson for 2. And his first shot, the first free throw, no good. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Mercy One, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and Catholic Tuition Organization. This will be a full timeout before the second free throw. We'll take it. 4:20 left to go here in the second quarter. Dowling Catholic leading Johnston 23-13 in this boys contest. We'll return to the Dowling Gym in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
This is a Young Catholic Minute.
Why do I have to vote in a certain way? Hey, neighbor, what happened here?
Oh, that candidate stopped by, stole my stuff, burned my house to the ground, kidnapped my children, and poisoned my water supply.
That's horrible.
Yeah, but his economic policy's great. As Catholics, we realize that some issues are just more important than others. So even if a candidate is great in one area, if they have even one of the really important issues wrong, there's no way we can vote for them. I mean, even if Hitler were really pro-environment, the fact that his legislation killed millions of people means he's not a good candidate. In the same way, someone who supports the killing of unborn children, euthanasia, or homosexual marriage is someone who doesn't understand the true dignity of the human person. And we can't vote for them, no matter how many jobs they'll create or whales they'll save. For more Young Catholic Minutes, go to youtube.com/youngcatholic.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Mark Amadale alongside Jimmy Cataldo for game number 2. Dowling and Johnston tonight. Dowling Gym packed. Second free throw no good by Richardson. Missed them both. But Johnston with the offensive rebound, and now a steal by Colin Clark. And he gets it to Kleppe, and Dowling will run their offense as we approach the 4-minute mark here in the second quarter. 23-13, Dowling by 10. Here is Metten at the top of the key. To Sheck. And
much of a matchup zone that Johnston's playing, is that they're just sitting back in the lane. As a guy comes across, they switch the man. Matchup zone. And
yeah, it is.
To shoot.
There's Scheck for three right in front of the Johnston bench. No good. And the rebound, Tornabane. Sam Tornabane, 6'7" senior, and really played his way into the lineup last year. We saw him at his coming out party against Dowling of all things. Now, Metten with the block shot as Dylan Grandin in there for Johnston. And a whistle and a foul called on Dowling as Johnston got the rebound off the missed shot, and a foul on Colin Clark. That'll be his second. Now Drew Morrow back into the Dowling lineup.
Team foul number 6 on the Maroons. So 3 minutes, 28 seconds in the half. Johnston will go 1-1 on the next Dowling foul.
Roosh back into the Johnston lineup as Taylor will throw it in. Prestige gets it in the corner as he inbounds the ball to Simpson. Simpson play a little two-man game, and now a long three by Roosh. Good. And he can light things up. He's got 34 threes on the year, but he had 7 against Urbandale on Tuesday. Look out.
6 feet behind the arc, and that looked about as pure as you can get. So good hit by Roosh.
23-16 Dowling. 3 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Halftime, we'll have members of the Dowling girls basketball team who upset number 1 Johnston tonight. Whistle and a foul on the Dragons. It'll be on Grandin, who just checked in. Grandin, a 6'1" senior, commits his first foul. Colin Clark will check out of the Dowling lineup. And checking in, Dante Cataldo back in. Okay, so it'll be Cataldo, Scheck, Kleppe, Morrow, and Jack Odie. So not the tallest lineup for Dowling right now. A little small lineup.
Find a way to see how see if Drew off of a screen. See if he can continue to stay hot.
Here's Odie for 3, and it's good. They worked somebody off, and that was Jack Odie. Three-pointer to left wing right in front of the Johnston bench. 26-16, Dowling by 10, and now Johnston immediately down court, and Simpson with his first basket as he works it inside.
Well, you mentioned the height matchup was not in Dowling's favor, and certainly the Maroons caught themselves a little bit unprepared underneath.
26-18, Dowling with the lead. Corner 3, up and no good by Kleppe. Offensive rebound, Cataldo. Dante battling in there. A brand new shot clock. Morrow for 3. It's good. See, Coach, I'm feeling it tonight. That is my 5th 3.
But the beauty about that was Drew had his feet set and allowed the ball to get to him instead of running to the ball.
18 points for Drew Morrow. Here's a corner 3, no good by Johnston. And Scheck boxes out, and a whistle and a loose ball foul called on Nate Ruish, his first. As Tay Proctor and Jalen Richardson check back in for Johnston. Checking out will be Sam Tornabing and Prestige Taylor.
Foul number 6 on Johnston. Both teams with 16 fouls, so any foul at this point, both teams will go to the bonus 1-1.
Dowling by 11. They've led by as many as 13 here in the first half. As Jack Odie saves the ball from going out of bounds. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Underneath, it passed by Kleppe. Tried to get it on the baseline to Cataldo, and it's stolen away by Johnston. Richardson with it, has the ball loose on the floor, and a bad pass, deflected, but picked up by Roosh. Roosh underneath to Simpson. The ball slapped away. Back to Roosh, top of the key with 20 on the shot clock for Johnston. Bruins by 11. Minute 15 to go. Underneath Simpson. His shot up and good. The basket will count, and Kleppe will be whistled for the foul. That'll be his second. That's a tough break for Ryan because I thought he was straight up, but he must have got him with the body, and free throws coming.
Incredibly tough on Kleppe. He held his own well, straight up, but yet as Simpson goes up, he causes a little bit of contact with Kleppe's arm, and they're going to call that foul most times.
So a chance for an and one here. Jacob Simpson, outstanding football receiver and tight end. Free throw no good. Offensive rebound Richardson. It's stolen away by Metten. Outlet pass to Morrow. 65 seconds remaining in the half. 29-20. Dowling by 9. There's Metten, top of the key. The Maroons run their offense. Metten on the right side. They're going to call him for carrying the basketball. He actually got double teamed. Richardson was guarding him. And then Simpson came over to help, and a turnover against Dowling.
Turnover number 5 for the Maroons in the second quarter. Just something you don't want to see. Take care of each possession as you have to when you're a 4-win team.
29-20 Dowling. 45 seconds remaining here in the half. Johnston going against Dowling's 3-2 zone. Top of the key is Richardson. Over to Proctor. Mid-post to Grandin. Now a long three coming. Good. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Nate Roosh. That's his second three of the night. And he's got 6 points all in the second quarter. Shot clock turned off. It is 29-23. Dowling's lead now down to 6 here in this boys contest. Packed house here at the Dowling Gym. Dowling girls winning tonight, 62-48 over number 1 Johnston. That 42-game winning streak by Johnston is now over. Now here's Cataldo, corner three. It's the back iron, no good. Rebound by Cataldo, shot off the glass. Good! They'll count the basket. The officials get together and they're going to count it. Good hustle by Dante Cataldo. He missed the corner three from the left side. High bounce off the rim. He followed the shot, Jimmy, and just like his mom taught him, he scored.
Well, he obviously doesn't know how much time is left in the quarter. It's hard to see the clock from the corner, but I think the student section was counting it down. He didn't think he had much time, but in fact he did. But good job. We always talk to kids about attacking your shot, follow your shot, because you're oftentimes you get a rebound. That's what Dante did. Stayed with it and finished the half with a nice shot.
Dowling led 21-10 at the end of the first quarter. Johnston outscores Dowling in the second quarter 13-10. The Maroons lead at halftime 31-23. And we've got some interviews coming up, folks. Stay tuned. Members of the winning girls team tonight will join us at halftime. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo. Our halftime score of the boys contest, 31-23. Dowling boys leading Johnston. Will return after these messages here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Iowa Catholic Radio needs you, whether it's assisting with events, answering the phone, distributing yard signs, or being a parish ambassador. Iowa Catholic Radio depends on you to help connect listeners with Christ. Email contact@iowacatholicradio.com to get involved.
The Catholic Tuition Organization provides tuition assistance for families to send their kids to our Catholic schools and 65% Iowa tax credits for you. Give to ctoiowa.org.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
Hi, I'm Tom Chapman from the Iowa Catholic Conference. Thanks for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo here at halftime. 31-23 our halftime score. Dowling boys leading. The dance team performing. We've got everything going on tonight, including members of the winning Dowling girls basketball team, who earlier tonight defeated Johnston in a tremendous contest that you heard on Iowa Catholic Radio. 62-48. And Coach Meyer, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Congratulations.
That was a fun one.
You were kind of short-handed. These kids played well. They got the do not foul message for the most part.
For the most part, we had to pull Ava here at one point, but she had, I think, a 20-second break. That's all she gets.
That's right. And you brought Ava Zedeker with you.
Yep.
And you weren't tired at the end of the game, were you, Ava?
I was a little tired, but not really.
I would never, and I've never had anybody admit it on the radio. You are not tired. You can sleep tomorrow. Congratulations.
That was a fun one, wasn't it?
Oh, my goodness. Babinette and I were just, kind of going bonkers. And I tried to get Joel over here, your assistant coach, Coach Danner. Because I told him before the game when I saw, I know it was Julia Moore. It might have been Tritton before the game. And I says, you guys do this tonight. Danner's getting drenched. Well, he hasn't come near me. And
they always make me go in first.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said, I was going to get him right here at Radio Row with our
next time. Just during the game. Just walk down there and dump it right on his head.
Well, so much to talk about. We'll start with the coach's perspective. Coach, The game plan, was it executed to relative perfection? Because your defense was tremendous tonight, holding a Johnston team that came in averaging 41 points for the most part, actually 66 points. And you held them to 48 tonight.
Yeah, I thought defensively we did fantastic. A couple times when they got to drives and they got we had a couple turnovers that they converted into a couple layups. But for the most part, our half-court defense was fantastic. I thought every single player was locked in, knew their job, knew where to go to. Our talk has been a little bit better. Rebounding was better tonight. It was just not too much to be upset about defensively.
Well, certainly not. And this young lady played one heck of a floor game. My goodness, it was a physical game. They were going after the ball. They had to be aggressive because they trailed by as many as 18 points in the second half. Ava Zedeker, what a night for you. 15 of 17 at the free throw line. Mm-hmm. You know you hadn't missed a free throw in 10 days?
I know, yeah.
Did you know
really?
that? Yeah, it's been 10 days.
She did know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, she does.
She's up there so much that she's just giving a break to the rest of her teammates. They appreciate that.
When you're shooting 86%, that's almost automatic, but more so your floor game. Mm-hmm. Getting the other kids in the team, Ava, involved with the game and then taking over when you need to. Great judgment. And it helped that the rest of the team contributed because it can't just be all you scoring and then it's bits and pieces. And you look at Ellie Muller, Lauren Frericks, Julia Moore, Layla Tritton, 8 to 10 points between those 4 players. That is awesome.
Yeah.
And you got them involved, right?
Yep.
So
they were hitting shots, and Lauren had a nice drive there. I think Lauren hit 2 threes. I think Layla had 1 or 2.
Yep.
Julia hit 1. Julia hit some free throws. Like I said, Ava just gets the ball moving and finds her teammates because other teams have to help on her so much. They lose some of our other players, so then Ava can see when that double comes, kick it out to that open girl.
What a matchup with you and Aaliyah Riley.
Oh, yeah.
That's a tremendous matchup. And then Jenica Lewis, finished with 5 points. She fouled out.
Mm-hmm.
That was quite the battle. It
was.
Okay, where's the battles going to be? Well, the battles were all over the court
everywhere.
tonight. But your thoughts in a game like this? I mean, number one, you got to say thanks to the crowd. Both the Johnston and Dowling fans showed up tonight. That's a tribute to you, you guys. And Ava?
We had a huge student section, and they brought the energy tonight, and we carried that onto the floor. We came out with a lot of energy right away. We executed from the start. We were communicating on defense, and when they scored or a free throw, we would come together and we all wanted to be on the same page, which really helped.
Well, it sounds like you were. We're visiting with Kristen Marr, the Dowling girls basketball coach, and Ava Zedeker, the sophomore guard. And Coach, you go in at halftime leading 29-18. What was the message at halftime, if any, for what you were doing? Obviously, stay out of foul trouble is one thing.
Yeah, I said we had a great first half. Kind of keep it going. We were talking just a few things offensively to look for, and just defensively, keep working to get good position, talk through screens, and keep boxing out.
Well, that certainly worked. Ava, the competitiveness, you faced Johnston. They knocked you off 3 times last year. They got you over there in December, and tonight you knocked them off in their 42-game winning streak, which is a credit to them. And you always like to be the one to do that. You look at the scores. I know the last 2 weeks, don't knock them off, leave them for us. Don't knock them off, leave them for us. Now they left them for you tonight, and you knocked them off. But it was a process. It was a process by your teammates. Everybody played well. I know you didn't have Marin Heller tonight, but everybody contributed, and there were some big possessions tonight, weren't there?
Really big possessions.
And your judgment of winning to attack the glass and when not to, because they're going to double team you, and that usually causes a charge. Tonight that did not happen, but that's kind of a judgment call on your part of when to attack.
Yeah, when I came out in transition, I knew, we were in bonus, so I knew they would foul. There wasn't that much time left, so I decided to bring it out, waste some time, and then find a good shot.
Yeah, she's been doing a really nice job these last couple weeks of, like you said, knowing when to attack and when on the drive they've got position, so bounce it out, get the ball moving. But she's gotten a lot of people in foul trouble here this season. Get her to the free throw line, and then sometimes it gets them on the bench with some foul trouble. So that's been really big for our team.
Well, you frustrated a couple guards over there. One of them is young freshman Lewis. Jenica struggled a little bit tonight. And then you got Riley in foul trouble in the first half. So Coach didn't have to adjust to her in that first half much because she was on the bench. So just with Coach's point, you get those players in foul trouble, and you did that tonight, Ava. I like how you guys fought through screens. I know you had a foul later in the game, fight through a screen, but that's a mentality that you want to have without, going overboard. And you guys did a great job tonight because they're going to set those ball screens high or low, and you guys did a good job staying out of foul trouble and fighting through those.
Yep.
First time you played, I don't think you did that.
No, and we had good help defense as well. Ellie Olsen and Ellie Muller did a really nice job doing their job, so then they have some confidence to chase over a screen, and if their girl curls, they know they'll have help. And so then we didn't get caught behind screens, kind of like you said. But you're right, as far as our toughness, we come out and we don't plan on getting screened. If we get screened, we run someone over, we do. But our defense has been the key for us here in this stretch.
Well, it's a top 15 week for you next week. Ankeny on Tuesday. Friday night, home against Southeast Polk. And then you go to Sioux City on Saturday.
No, that's after a week.
That's after a week.
Yeah, we get a week off before Sioux City.
Then you just have one game that week. That's Sioux City. Who planned that?
Why not? It's a road trip.
They came here last year. I remember that right before Christmas.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, enjoy the weekend. And I think everybody in Owine, unless they were here, had to be celebrating.
Yep, I got a couple text messages. They're watching. They're cheering on from a few hours away. But I think everyone here in the gym, everyone listening, just got a show tonight.
Ava, any shout-outs out there you want to say hello to? I know you guys had a busy night welcoming Josie Filer back to town from Illinois, Chicago last night at the Drake game. Anybody else you want to shout out to?
Just any family members, friends, or anybody that couldn't make it tonight.
Did Grandpa Arnie make it tonight?
Yep, he's here.
He's always here. One of my favorite coaches. Legendary high school coach. So, all right, gals, thank you. We're going to start the second half. Kristen Meyer, Ava Zedeker, congratulations.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
the win.
All right, thanks, Mark.
You bet. Kristen Meyer and Ava Zedeker join us. Mark Hamadale at halftime. 31-23 Dowling boys lead. We'll take a 1-minute break and return to the Dowling Gym here in 1 minute on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment, whether it's in the classroom or at home. Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
Matt Wilcomb here from Iowa Catholic Radio. I'd like to thank you for your continued support of this apostolate. Because of you, we're reaching more souls in more ways than ever before. Whether you've had your faith strengthened by either our talk or music channels, or if you've been impacted by one of our other outreach initiatives, you experience firsthand the value Iowa Catholic Radio brings to the Catholic and Christian community. If you haven't made the decision yet to become a family member, please consider a $30 a month sustaining gift. Just visit iowacatholicradio.com. And welcome to the family.
And welcome back to the Dowling Gym. Mark Hamadale alongside Jimmy Cataldo here in the third quarter. Dowling led at halftime 31-23, and both teams have scored a basket here in the third quarter, and now free throws being shot by Johnston at the free throw line. Nate Roosh, who was fouled by Riddick Metten. That's his first foul, the first team foul of the second half, and to the free throw line, Roos. And Jimmy, you got to look at some of the first half numbers. Try to get those in.
First half numbers for the Maroons: 3 of 11 from the field, 27%. Shot a unprecedented 7 of 13 from the three-point line, 53%. 13 rebounds, 7 turnovers for Johnston. 3 of 11 from the field, 27%. 3 of 6 from 3, 50%. 12 total rebounds and 8 turnovers for Johnston.
All right, Nate Roosh at the free throw line for 3 free throws, but he makes 1 of 3, and it's 33-26, Dowling by 7. And we'll run down the first half scoring here when we get a minute. Now, shot up and no good by Dowling. Maroons are ice cold here to start the second half. Rebound out to Johnston. Here's Proctor with it, dribbles to the baseline, kicks it out to Richardson for 3, in and out, no good. Rebound Dowling and Metten. And he'll hand it off to Kleppe, and the Maroons will start their offense.
You hope the Maroons don't fall back into things that's hurt them throughout the year, is shooting the three-point shot too often. They worked it inside to Metten in the first possession, got an early bucket. But Johnson will force him to shoot threes as they'll give him a little bit of leeway there.
All right, Dowling with the ball. Here's Marl. He's double-teamed. Leaves it for Coppola. Left wing, dribbles down against Tornabane. His shot too strong off the glass. Rebound Richardson and Johnston. Maroons 0 for 3 here in the second half. And the Dragons the other way. They go right to left towards the south basket. Here's Proctor in the baseline. Pull-up jumper, too strong. Fight for the rebound, and Richardson comes away with it, and he draws the foul. And free throws coming. The Dragons now get a little bit more physical here in the second half, coming out of the locker room. And they cause a foul. Metten with his second foul on Dowling.
The Maroons got 1 basket on their first possession. If you didn't get a mark, Metten on a backdoor layup.
And duly noted, free throw good by Richardson. He's got 8 points tonight. As Dowling was 4 of 6 in the first half at the free throw line. They didn't shoot a free throw in the second quarter, but went 4 of 6 in the first quarter. That carried over to halftime. Second free throw by Richardson is good. He's got 9 points for Johnston. 4 points for Sam Tornabane, 2 points for Tay Proctor and for Jacob Simpson off the bench, and Prestige Taylor now with 2 points. Dragons went 6 of 7 in the first half of the free throw line. Here's Marr for 3 right in front of us. No good. Tornabane with the rebound. Sam out-muscles Jack Odie for the ball. Now in transition, here's Roosh for 3, and it's good. He's starting to hit up. Timeout Dowling. Nate Roosh, who had 6 points at halftime, now has 10.
That's his third three-pointer of the game.
Yes, it is.
So they're going to start talking about making sure they find him as a shooter.
And we've got a full timeout. We'll keep it here. I don't want to scare you or anything. We'll keep it here. 33-31, Dowling. And Dowling boys had a 13-point lead, now down to 2 with 5.5 left to go third quarter. Mark Hamadale, Jimmy Cataldo, Brian Sweeney, our studio producer. And, Coach, what do you got? What do you want to bring to the table now?
Well, you look at Dowling, the way Dowling's offense is running. Johnston's doing a nice job. They're manning up, but through a zone. So it's a matchup zone, so they're not chasing the Maroons on their cuts. Anytime somebody cuts, they trade them off. And so that's going to make it real tough for their shooters to really get open. So continue to try to take the basket. We talked about attacking the basket and getting 2 defenders to guard you, because once you get 2, you got somebody that's going to be open, and that's been certainly something that's been a successful thing for the Maroons. So continue to attack the basket and find their back cuts. They've had some success in the first half, and especially early in this half on the back cuts. Maroons got to find their way to those easy shots.
Take a look at scoring for Dowling in the first half. They were led by Drew Marles, 18 points. And then rounding out scoring for Dowling, 4 points off the bench for Dante Cataldo, 3 points for Jack Odie, 3 points for Andrew Nyanji off the bench, 2 points for Riddick Metten. He now has 4 points. Ryan Kleppe with 1 point. Colin Clark did not score. Jack Odie off the bench with 3 points. Maroons were 4 of 6 at the free throw line in the first half. Johnston 6 for 7. Long 3 by Morrow, no good off the timeout. Rebound Johnston, 33-31. Johnston a chance to tie or take the lead. Dowling in their 3-2 zone. Now a steal by Coppola, who's been held scoreless. Over to Sheck. Layup is good. Coppola's pass to Sheck, and he scores off that. And Davis with his first point, as he was held scoreless in the first half. Now Johnson gets underneath to Richardson, and Jalen shoots and scores. He now has 11 points.
I was going to say it's a big steal, big bucket by the Maroons, but then Johnston comes back. Roosh attacks the basket and then finds Richardson on the block.
35-33. Our score. Dowling by 2. Ball loose in front of us and tipped out of bounds. They say one off of Dowling.
So you look at just the third quarter, and Johnson's out rebounding Dowling 5-1, and then that's the second turnover in this early part of the third quarter for the Maroons.
Dowling back to their 3-2 zone, and they're really doing a good job at denying the ball. Dowling with the steal as Odie comes away with it underneath the Sheck. Give it to the Met. Layup good. Nice play that time by Dowling all the way down court, and Met with a 6-point.
Big basket in transition for the Maroons to extend to a 4-point lead, but it's tight.
Here's Richardson underneath. His shot no good, and Metten with the rebound. Outlet pass to Morrow. Drew in the lane, leaves it for Odie. In the corner for Sheck for 3, good! Davis Sheck with his 5th point, all in the third quarter, and it's 40-33. Dowling's lead back to 7.
Sheck's 18th three-pointer on the year, and he's a guy that helps the Maroons anytime he gets hot, so look out for Davis in the second half.
There's Proctor in the corner. It goes to Richardson for 3. Rolls around the rim, no good. Rebound Odie and Dowling. Coppola will set the Dowling offense. Johnston in their man-to-man defense. Dowling has went to the 3-2 zone. Here's Sheck with it, right wing, right in front of the Dowling bench. Dowling goes left to right towards the north basket. 15 on the shot clock. Here's Sheck coming off a ball screen by Metten, and we got traveling on Dowling. Substitution for the Maroons. Colin Clark in, and Joey Coppola will check out with 3:20 to go here in the third quarter. Earlier tonight, Dowling girls defeated Johnston 62-48, snapping a 42-game winning streak for Johnston. Dragons now 16-1 on the year, and the Dowling girls improved to 11-4. Here in the boys contest, Dowling out to a 21-10 first quarter lead. Maroons led 31-23 at halftime. But Johnston comes back here, corner three, good by Nate Roosh. That is his fourth three of the night. And again, he had 7 against Urbandale. Look out.
Set up play for Roosh, getting a pick to come through and getting an open shot on the baseline, hits it.
All right, here's Odie, dribbles baseline, cut off, back out to Metten. Now to Morrow. Drew coming off the screen by Metten. Can't get the ball back. Now they reverse it left wing. Here's Sheck with it. 10 on the shot clock, Dowling. Morrow top of the key between the circles, guarded by Proctor. 2 on the shot clock. Corner three at the horn, no good. Hits the rim. Dowling with an offensive rebound. And now whistling a foul on Tornabane, I believe. Let's see.
Foul on Tornabane. That's going to be his third.
That is his third foul. So inbounds play for Dowling. First team foul of the second half on Johnston. 2 on Dowling. 2:20 remaining. Maroons with a brand new shot clock. Big possession here. See if they get something out of it. There's Sheck underneath the Metten. In the corner to Morrow for 3. Good! Corner 3 for Drew Morrow. Holy mackerel, that is his 6th 3 of the night. He's got 21 points.
And that's where Drew's good. Set his feet, let the ball come to him, work around to him. Much better shooter as a setup.
Morrow with 6 threes. Inside Tornabane. His shot's no good. Rebound Dowling. Maroons lead at 43-36. Minute 50 remaining. Check for 3. Good! Right in front of the Dowling bench. Davis with his 8th point, all in the third quarter. Timeout, Johnston. And we'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo, 46-36. The lead was 2. It's now back to 10. I'm guessing that's an 8-0 run.
Well, it's a lot of compliments to the way the Dowling defense is coming out. Get a couple of big steals, but 2 big hits by Morrow and then Sheck. Sheck makes Morrow so much better, and likewise Morrow makes Sheck better because it allows the defense of Johnston in this case to really spread the floor and really open up some of your shots.
Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, and Dental Associates. Reminder, tomorrow Dowling boys will be in action, a boys-only contest. Dowling hosting Iowa City West, and the game will be at 1:30 here at the Dowling Gym. There'll be no radio. Sophomore game begins at noon, and the varsity to follow. Also tomorrow, the CIML Boys Conference Swim Meet will be held at Southeast Polk High School beginning at 10 o'clock. Dowling will be one of 6 teams in the CIML Conference Swim Meet at Southeast Polk. And high school boys wrestling, Dowling will be at the 20 team Ed Winger Invitational at Urbandale High tomorrow at 9 o'clock. That means no parking on my street because there won't be a place to park. The overflow from that. And now Johnston with the ball, and Jimmy, a foul called on Dowling. They're going to whistle it on Drew Morrow, his first.
Maroons are sitting pretty well with fouls. Let's see here. Clark has 2, and I know Capola has 2.
And the zone not only helps out defensively, but it also helps mask the fouls in a lot of ways. Now Richardson, strong move inside, layup with the left hand, good. He's a strong kid. Richardson with 13 points for Johnston. 6'3" sophomore. 46-38 Dowling. Here's Morrow. Kicks it out to Metten for 3. Up, no good. Fight for the rebound. And Jacob Simpson comes away with it, the 6'6" junior. Now corner 3, no good. Missed everything by Roosh. One of his rare misses lately. Rebound Dowling. Here's Cataldo in the front court. Cataldo, Clark, Metten, Sheck, and Morrow. Riddick underneath, double team, puts it up and in. Right over Richardson. How about that?
Riddick just does not give himself enough credit. He's got the position, he's got the move, and then he just pauses. And he's lost a little bit of confidence the last few games. But that time he saw the hole and finished.
There's Proctor with it. Over to Richardson for 3. It's off the back iron. It falls through. It died on the rim, on the flat part of the rim. It scored, and 20 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Oh, my goodness.
A shooter's roll, as they call it. You never saw too many of those in your life. It was shooter rolls.
16 points for Richardson. Never mind. 8 seconds to go. Cataldo, or rather Sheck, dribble drives in the corner to Cataldo. Corner three, good! Dante with the three. He's got 7 points. And the half-court shot hits the backboard, no good. And we've come to the end of the third quarter with the score. Dowling 51, Johnston 41 in this boys contest. Back in 1 minute with the fourth quarter here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Cresta in the afternoon.
With me right now is George Weigel.
Ratzinger had the mind of 12 professors and the simple piety of a child making their first Holy Communion. That's a very powerful combination, and the two obviously influenced each other. At the center of that was this profound sense that it is the person of Jesus Christ, and through meeting him, we come to the church.
Cresta in the afternoon, weekdays on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from businesses and organizations who share in the mission of connecting listeners to Christ while connecting you to their products and services they provide. To learn more and support the businesses and organizations who support the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, visit iowacatholicradio.com to view our business sponsors. If you'd like more information on how your business or organization can become a business sponsor, contact Deacon Mark 515-223-1150, 515-223-1150.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Mark Amadale alongside Jimmy Cataldo into the third quarter. 51-41 Dowling. Maroons had the first possession of the fourth quarter. Corner three by Drew Morrow. No good. And the rebound out to Johnston. And we'll get you caught up with some statistics. Dowling will jump back to the 3-2 zone. Bad pass by Richardson to Prestige Taylor out of bounds. And Jimmy got some numbers.
Through three quarters, the Maroons 7 of 16 from the field, 43%. Have shot 11 of 22 from three, 19 total rebounds and 10 turnovers for Johnston. Through three, 6 of 16. Nice
and
hit by
another
Coppola.
One. That is Coppola. That's his first three of the night.
Johnston 6 of 16 from the field, 6 of 14 from three, 19 rebounds and 10 turnovers.
54-41. Dowling's lead 13. That equals their largest lead they had in the second half. Johnston with the ball. They're working inside. And the layup is good. I think it was Jacob Simpson, if I'm not mistaken, underneath. It's his 6th point if it is. And it's 54-43. Dowling.
Smart possessions by the Maroons. You got to find just good, smart baskets and shots and draw fouls.
Now Metten underneath. Shot no good. Ball slapped around. Brand new shot clock. Metten gets it back. Shot blocked by Tornabane. And the rebound, Johnston. Dragons with it against Dowling's 3-2 zone. Tornabane for three. It's off the back iron, no good. Rebound, Dowling and Drew Morrow. 54-43, Dowling. Maroons went 4 of 6 from the free throw line through three quarters. Johnston is 9 of 12 through three quarters. Metten and Kleppe and Coppola all with 2 fouls for Dowling. Nobody with 3. Tornabane has 3 for Johnston, and he's back in the lineup. Nobody else. Here's Morrow for a deep 3. No good. Rebound, Roosh.
Drew was open maybe a step earlier, and just Riddick didn't see him. And once he gets that pass, he's got to look across because the kids are wide open on the backside.
Timeout called by Johnston. 27 seconds on the shot clock. It'll be Johnston basketball and then bounded in front of their own bench. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. We want to recognize our supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio. They include Mercy One, Dental Associates, and the Catholic Tuition Organization. Mark Amadale alongside Jimmy Cataldo tonight. Well, Coppola battled foul trouble in the first half. No points. He now has 3. Davis Sheck, no points in the first half. He now has 8. So those 2 cards for Dowling have now combined for 11 points in the second half after being scoreless in the first half.
Shot selection, as I mentioned, is going to be so critically important. So when the ball starts working around, you got to immediately look across to the opposite side of the court because that's where you're going to get Johnston moving around, and getting them moving around gets them uncomfortable, and you get better shot selections for Johnston. I think you got to find Roosh on the outside 3. They've done a great job setting up a pick to get him open down on the corner threes, which he's hit 4 or 5 of them. I think you continue to look for that shot.
54-43, Dowling by 11 here in this boys contest. Maroons trying to make it a double-header sweep as the Dowling girls a winner tonight in game 1, 62-48 over number 1 Johnston. Corner 3 good. Richardson's having himself a night. 21 points I have for the 6'3 sophomore Jalen Richardson of Johnston. That was from the left baseline. 54-46 Dowling. Maroons the other way. Cataldo back in. They get it inside to Morrow. And the ball knocked away, and they're going to say it went off of Prestige Taylor as he was battling Drew in the left block.
Drew's got the strength and the power to get Prestige down there on the block, so that becomes a good mismatch for Drew if he can get that ball down on the block, as the Maroons are trying to do.
Dowling inbounds the ball to Coppola. Now to Cataldo, right side to Colin Clark. Clark thinks about driving baseline, does. Grabs a triple team. Skip pass to Cataldo underneath tomorrow, and he threw it away. Dante thought Drew was going to cut across the lane. He didn't. And now substitution, Davis Sheck back in. And he'll come in for Cataldo. So it'll be Sheck, Coppola, Morrow, the three guards, with Colin Clark and Jack Odie on the back line. This is a small lineup for Dowling with Odie and Clark in the post. And they're undersized at 6'3". There's Tornabane. Dowling stays their 3-2 zone. Sam at the top of the key. They work underneath. Nice give and go. They get it to Simpson, and he's fouled, and Jacob will go to the line. Foul on Dowling. This will be on Davis Sheck, his second.
Well, as you mentioned, the Maroons are outsized right now, so they're working a man down with getting the ball down to Tornabane and then finding Jacob Simpson on the opposite side of the lane and open layup, but Sheck got him on the arm.
And Simpson's first free throw good. Simpson now 1 for 2 at the line. He has 3 points tonight for Johnston off the bench. 6'6" junior. Was a starter at times last year for this basketball team, but outstanding hybrid type player in football. He's a wide receiver / tight end. Second free throw good for Brian Woodley and the Johnston football team. So Simpson now with 4 points. 54-48. Dowling's lead is 6. We got an illegal screen on Metten, and Riddick has picked up his third foul, and another turnover for Dowling. This is not going well here under 5 minutes left in the fourth.
He's got to be smart, right, at this point. Set good picks, get good shot selections, work the clock as much as you can, but still stay aggressive. But these empty possessions are not good for you when you're just up 6.
54-48. Dowling with the lead. Johnston with the ball. 25 in the shot clock. Proctor re-enters the game for Johnston. It's he and Nate Ruish. Proctor in the lane. Dribbles. The ball goes out of bounds and give it to Dowling. Ball went off the foot of Tornabane, who couldn't handle it. And they're really working that high-low for Johnston. Once they get the ball inside the lane, they're looking at either the right or left block for a cutter.
I think Frisk is sitting there wondering why does Tay Proctor not shoot that ball when he's sitting in the lane with really nobody contesting it, but still looking for a bigger man to get the ball to, and goes empty.
Here's Coppola for 3, and it's good. Joey's starting to feel it. That's his 6th point, all in the fourth quarter, and a pair of threes. Dowling's lead 9.
Joey hit 4 3-pointers last game, and however, shot 13 times, but that's a big shot here in the middle of the fourth quarter.
I think you're going to see the shooting percentages change from Tuesday night's game to tonight. Proctor for 3, left wing, no good. Hustle play by Simpson saves the ball from going out of bounds, and a brand new shot clock for Johnston. They keep the possession. Here's Richardson with it. Out to Roosh for 3, good. Timeout Johnston. And this will be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here, and Roosh starting to light up again. They got him for 16 points, and that is his 5th 3. He had 7 just up the street at Urbandale Friday night, and he is lighting it up, and it's 57-51 Dowling with the lead.
It's incredibly contested, too, by Drew Morrow with hand in his face, and Roosh with a nice jump shot, and that's a tough one. I mean, as a defender, you sit there and think, my goodness, I mean, I did everything I could do but foul the kid, and he still knocks down the shot. So incredibly frustrating, but this is a good opportunity for Dowling to get their thoughts together with 3 minutes, 45 seconds to go, up 6 points, and making sure you get good shots.
Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Dental Associates, Mercy One, and the Catholic Tuition Organization. Mark Hamadale alongside Jimmy Cataldo. 57-51. Dowling with a 6-point lead over Johnston in this boys contest. Reminder tomorrow, Dowling boys will be in action. It'll be a boys-only contest. The sophomores get underway at noon. And then the varsity at 1:30 here at the Dowling Gym. Dowling going outside their conference for the first time this year, taking on Iowa City West. Minus the Earl kid. He's got back injury, so AC Earl's son will not play, but the McCaffrey kid, 6'8" sophomore, leading scorer, averaging over 24 points a game. He'll be here tomorrow.
As Coach Steel King mentioned, it's always good to play somebody you're not familiar with, and likewise for Iowa City West.
Yeah, you let the kids kind of work it out as far as who's quicker, who's stronger. Now Sheck gets open for three at the top of the key. It rolls off the rim, no good. Rebound Richardson and Johnston. Good look that time for Davis, but he was able to hit the shot. Rebound comes out to Johnston. 57-51 Dowling. They work it inside. It's stolen away by Sheck. They try to hit Tornabane. A bad pass that time by Roosh. And now the Maroons with the basketball, and they'll try to work some shot clock here. 3:10 to go, fourth quarter. Dowling trying to make it a doubleheader sweep over Johnston. Dowling girls a winner tonight, 62-48. Now Sheck with it, 10 on the shot clock. Here's Capola, fakes the three, gets it to Metten. To Sheck, 5 on the shot clock. Davis underneath tomorrow against Tornabane. He draws the foul. Excellent work that time by Dowling and Riddick Metten. And Riddick just went straight up and drew the foul, and Tornabane has picked up his fourth foul.
Super. I mean, a tremendous offensive set for the Maroons, really moving the ball around. Everybody's moving into spots, and sometimes the Maroons find themselves sitting around looking at other people. But that time, working the ball around and found Metten cutting off the screen, and Riddick goes up hard and draws the foul.
How about this tonight for Sam Tornabane? 4 fouls and 4 points. All 4 points at the free throw line. All in the first quarter. They've done a nice job on him. Second free throw, no good by Metten. A 38% free throw shooter. Misses both. Rebound Johnston. Dowling's lead remains at 6 with 2:35 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Crowd's starting to get into it. Maroons fighting through screens. Proctor with it. Leaves it for Roosh for 3. It's no good, but he's going to get 3 free throws. Capola fouled him. And that was right at the volleyball line.
You see it often in the NBA and sometimes in the college is when your three-point shooter's shooting and they kind of kick their leg out to draw the contact, and that's kind of what Roosh did. He went up, kicked his right leg out a little bit to draw the contact by Capola, who was doing everything not to hit him, but found himself in contact with Roosh and gets the three-point foul shot.
And he gets 3 free throws here. First one is up and good. Second one up, good. Roosh is a 71% free throw shooter, and tonight he's 3 out of 5 thus far. And going for 4 for 6 here. And good. 4 for 6 is Roosh. He's got 19 points. Richardson with 21 points leads Johnston. Dowling with the ball, leading by 3, 57-54. Here's Clark with it. Collin dribbles baseline, cut off, kicks it back to Metten. 15 on the shot clock. Johnson stays man-to-man. Maroons work the other side. Here's Sheck with it to Capola for 3. Top of the key, off the mark, no good. And a rebound, Johnston and Roosh.
Tough possession for the Maroons, but good look on a three-point shot by Capola. Maroons just up 3, minute 45, 3 timeouts for the Maroons, 2 timeouts for Johnston.
Johnston has not had the lead tonight. Maroons have had as much as a 13-point lead. It's down to 3. It has been down to 2 here a little earlier in the second half. Now in the corner, 12 on the shot clock. Roosh for 3, misses it. Rebound, Drew Morrow and Dowling. Let's see if the Maroons can execute something, and now we're going to get a timeout, Dowling. So Coach Phil King will take a timeout. We'll take it with him with a minute 23 to go, fourth quarter. Dowling 57, Johnston 54. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadale, back in 1 minute here in the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Weekdays at 1 p.m., it's Dr. David Anders with Call to Communion. It's a live call-in show for non-Catholics and fallen away Catholics. Called to Communion on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, connecting listeners with Christ.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
Hi, this is Christine Schicker, North Central Regional Manager for EWTN. Thanks for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Jimmy, we had a great crowd tonight, not only for the girls' game, but also the boys' contest. Student body showed up for both teams, and that's Friday night basketball. That's what it should be. We got a good one here. Now Dowling with the ball. A turnover, steal by Johnston. Prestige Taylor in, and they're going to wipe off the shot. Foul on Dowling before the shot. And they're going to get Coppola for his fourth foul.
Not a bad foul by Coppola. You're picking up your fourth foul, but you stop the breakaway run-out layup, but putting Prestige Taylor on the line, shooting a 1-and-1.
Prestige at the line. He's a 40% free throw shooter. No good. Rebound Coppola. He's double teamed off the rebound and comes away with it. Looks at his arm. Might have got a little scratch there. Tornabane was double teamed.
I watched the girls' game, and there was so much reaching and fouling that was not called late in that game.
It was
for
physical.
Both teams.
It was physical.
And so you saw the same thing there with Coppola as he's getting people all over his arms, but nothing called.
You saw Ava Zedeker here at halftime, and he was all bumped up. Here is Sheck with it. In the corner for three by Clark. It's no good. Fight for the rebound. Foul on Dowling. Metten with the foul. And Riddick with his fourth. So free throws coming for Tay Proctor, the 6-foot junior. He's 2 for 2 tonight. That's where all his points have come thus far. This will be a 1-and-1. 8th-team foul on Dowling. 2 on Johnson here in the second half. Free throw up. No good. Rebound Dowling and Drew Marr. So Johnson has missed the front end of 1-and-1s.
Huge miss by Johnston.
Taylor missed the first one.
A lot of fouls to give by Johnson. They're only sitting with 2 team fouls here with 30 seconds to go. And
you're right. And the big advantage is the Johnston coach, Coach Frick, cannot get up. So he's got to yell, hey, if you want to, that makes a big difference. Dowling keep playing keep away, 10 on the shot clock. Here's Coppola with it and a timeout, Dowling.
Good call, timeout by Coach Stilking. You're sitting with 18 seconds, and Johnson's going to let that play out so you don't reset the play clock. Hoping if Dowling misses, you still have a chance to at least tie the ball game.
Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and the Catholic Tuition Organization. Brand new top 10 in Class 4A came out earlier this week. Cedar Rapids Kennedy is the number 1 team.
What are you hearing on the Northwestern Waukee game tonight?
It's on CISN. You got it on your phone?
The last time we had this game, you had this thing playing in the background, and
I did.
Not tonight.
But we were leaving. We were in the fourth quarter, but now,
that's not how I remember.
Coach Babinett had that all covered. Does a great job in the girls' game, and here you come.
Coach Babinett's turning into a savvy veteran. Have you noticed?
He is. He's very, very.
That's great for him.
But he has the updates. Not so much. All right, let's go through the rankings while you figure all that out. Kennedy's the number 1 team in Class 4A out of Cedar Rapids. Waukee Northwest at 2, Waukee at 3. Those 2 teams are playing. We'll try to get a score. Valley's 4th, Centennial 5th, Indianola is 6th. Sioux City East is 7. Now Riddick Metten for 3. It's no good. And a rebound out to Tornabane. And now we've got a whistle and a timeout Johnston with 6 seconds remaining. Dowling up 3. And we'll keep it here. What do you got for score there?
So I got 41-22 Waukee over Northwest right now in the third quarter.
Third quarter. All right, the rest of the rankings. Indianola 6th, Sioux City East 7th, Dubuque Senior 8th, Waterloo West 9th, and Cedar Falls 10th. Iowa City West was ranked. That's Dowling's opponent tomorrow. They're now unranked. They're 7-4 going into tonight's game. Jimmy?
So here comes a little bit of strategy. You're up with a 3-point lead with 6 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Any foul on Dowling, you put Johnson on a 1-on-1. The thought is, and you've seen this quite often, is you foul and put him on the line, or let the clock run, but foul. Don't give him the 3-point chance. Put him on the line for 1-on-1. And hope your guys block out. So a little bit of strategy, see what happened there. Or do you put it into Roosh's hand or Proctor or Richardson has hit a few threes tonight, I would take my chances and I'd look to foul after a couple seconds go off the clock.
Again, Dowling with 18 fouls, so if they do foul, it'll be a 1-and-1 for Johnston if he can keep them from shooting. Dragons will inbound the ball. 2 team fouls on Johnston, and Roosh throws it in, gets it to Proctor. Proctor back to Roosh for 3. It's up and no good, and that'll do it. Dowling will win it 57-54. The Maroons get the doubleheader sweep tonight here at the Dowling Gym. Congratulations to head coach Clay Thielking, as the Dowling boys now improve their record to 5-7 on the year. Johnston falls to 7-9, and what a finish it was. A very tremendous fourth quarter. The fourth quarter in which Dowling hit 2 threes. Joey Coppola, that was it. 2 threes for Dowling. I'm trying to help you with your stats.
He 2 threes, and they shot 8 in the fourth quarter alone. But what an up and down game by both sides. The Maroons come out really hot. If you recall, Drew Morrow getting really hot in the first quarter. He hits 4 3-pointers in the first half alone, and then they start falling back a little bit. And you saw Johnston make a run, and with Roosh hitting 5 3-pointers tonight,
right?
And Richardson having a couple 3-pointers. Up and down game, but the Maroons, hold off a very, very valiant Johnston team. But what a great game, what a great doubleheader to see here live.
Dowling 57, Johnston 54 in the boys contest, even though Johnston outscored Dowling in the fourth quarter 13-6. And those 6 points by Dowling were a pair of threes by Joey Coppola in the fourth quarter. The Maroons did not go to the free throw line in the second half at all, but hold on to win it and sweep the Dragons. As game one, the Dowling girls ended Johnston's 42-game winning streak as Dowling girls defeated Johnston 62-48 in a battle of top 4 teams in Class 5A. And the Dowling boys a winner in game 2, 57-54. We'll take a break. And let's take a 1-minute break, Brian. When we come back, we'll have the statistics all complete, and we'll run down our scoring and our statistics tonight. Again, the final in the boys contest, Dowling 57, Johnston 54. And we'll return to the Dowling Gym in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Weekdays at 5 p.m., it's Catholic Answers, a live call-in program to offer Catholics and non-Catholics a chance to talk with world-class apologists and theologians. Catholic Answers, live on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, connecting listeners with Christ.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742, Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercy1.org.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
Hi, this is Mark Parrish from St. Francis of Assisi in West Des Moines. Thanks for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
And welcome back to the Dowling Gym as we total up our scoring here tonight. Final in the boys game, 57-54, Dowling with the win. And in the girls contest, hey, keep that guy away from me, would you? He belongs to a different school.
The guy is so excited that his son is playing really well his senior year. But what a game tonight, and the Maroons about shot themselves out of that game, and they fell back on things that just haven't been great for them, and that's the 3-point shot. But as you mentioned, Joey Coppola hitting a couple big threes in the fourth quarter really propelled Dowling to this 3-point win. But big shots all around by the entire several Maroons. You mentioned Drew Morrow hitting some big threes early in the game, and Davis Sheck having a big three. Here in the second half, I thought Dante coming off the bench really provided a big spark for the Maroons. Getting a big offensive rebound and hitting a 3-pointer from the corner himself. So several Maroons came up big tonight to really propel them to a 57-54 win tonight.
Yes, they did, Jimmy. And let's go down. I'll start with the scoring. You got percentages and everything.
I got them ready.
All right, I'll go down. I'll start with the scoring. We'll start with the visitors from Johnston. They had 2 players in double figures, led by Jalen Richardson, the 6'3" sophomore, with 21 points tonight. Nate Roosh with 19 points. Well, he hit 7 threes against Urbandale Tuesday. Roosh comes down to Dowling and hits 6 threes tonight, or actually 5 threes, excuse me. 5 threes for Roosh. He finishes with 19. And rounding out scoring for Johnston, off the bench, Jacob Simpson with 4 points. 2 points each for Tay Proctor and for Prestige Taylor. And Sam Tornabane finished with 4 points tonight as the Maroons with the win. And Dowling went from the free throw line 4 of 6, or rather Johnston went 14 of 19 at the free throw line tonight. For Dowling, they're led by some guy named Drew Marr with 21 points. We're going to talk to Drew here in a moment, so hang on, folks, if you're out in the cars warming your car up or whatever you do. 21 points for Drew Marr, and he was shooting much better than most members of his family. I can kind of say that, Jimmy. I know that. He's shooting much better. Had 18 points at halftime, 1 3 in the second half for 21 points, and then round out scoring for Dowling, 8 points for Davis Sheck, all in the second half, 7 points for Dante Cataldo, 6 points for Joey Coppola, 3 points each for Jack Odie and Andrew Nyanji, and 1 point for Ryan Kleppe, and Riddick Metten finished with 8 points. Dowling was just 4 of 6 at the free throw line. Jim, you got to look at the other stats.
So you look at the team stats for the Maroons. Shot for the game 7 of 18 from the field, 38%. 13 of 30 from 3, 43%. 24 total rebounds and 13 turnovers. For Johnston, 7 of 17 from the field, 41%. 7 of 20 from 3, 35%. 25 total rebounds and 13 turnovers as well for Johnston. So very, very similar stats across the board, but the Maroons hit one more big shot than they did, and at the end of the night, a couple big shots by Drew tonight, as well as Davis Sheck, as we mentioned in the second half. Dante hit a big shot in the second half. Coppola hit a big shot. So well-rounded effort by the Maroons, but certainly an up-and-down game.
Hey, you better smile for the camera because your mom is. This is the gal that kept score for him in Little League and kind of padded his stats. Drew Marr, welcome. Thanks for being on, and congratulations.
Thank you.
You know the story behind this. This young lady here fudged the stats for Jimmy when he was playing baseball in Sioux City, and it's been folklore here with Coach Roaring
pitching
against Roaring. So we're gonna enough of that.
All right,
Drew, congratulations on the win. I know it's been kind of frustrating the last 3 games with the teams you played, but tonight a chance to kind of get out there, and Johnston a chance to, get the doubleheader sweep from game 1. You were feeling it in the first. As I told Jimmy, you were feeling it in the first half, weren't you?
Yeah, it felt good to finally break out of it, for sure.
Well, and you let the game come to you. You know what? Coach has said this, and I mean this sincerely. Would you get your feet set and let the game come to you instead of forcing? Good things happen, and tonight it did, and you felt it. You started out with 18 points in the first half, but really kept Johnston at bay because they were trying to defend you inside, but that outside shot is so important.
Yeah, it really opened everything else up for everyone, so it was good.
And defensively, you got some key rebounds, especially the front end of 1-and-1s that they weren't hitting in the fourth quarter. You were right down there in that low post, keeping the big guy, Tornabane and company off. That wasn't easy. So,
you look at the first or second possession of the game, Drew, and you hit your first shot from outside, that 3-point shot, and you can just feel and see the weight come off your shoulders. And you're probably the most competitive kid I've seen play in any sport, and there's nobody who wants to win out here more than you. But you look at the last few games, and you've struggled a little bit, and I think that's gotten to your head a little bit. But talk about early in the game, hitting that shot, and what that felt early in the game.
Yeah, once the first one went in, it felt so good. And then it just kept me confident for the rest of the game, for sure. And
then you get 3 more attempts throughout that first quarter. You hit those 3, and you were begging for the ball the rest of that half. But as you're running around, the perimeter looking to get that ball in your hands, and guys were trying to set picks, I think it got a little discombobulated where I found you guys getting a little bit more set up, finding you with your feet set, as we talked about, and then finding that pass as that ball worked around to you. But talk about the second half and how that came to you in the second half.
Yeah, we really moved it well in the second half, so it just opened everything up, and we hit shots down the stretch, so finished strong.
Visit with Drew Marr here on the postgame show after Dowling's win tonight over Johnston, 57-54. Dowling sweeps the season series, and Drew, it just keeps going. This has been quite the week. You started off 10 days ago, the win over Ankeny Centennial, a top 5 team, and then losses to Valley last Friday, and then Waukee on Tuesday. But you're playing some pretty good teams, and yes, they were much better. But then tonight you get a winnable game. Tomorrow it transitions to Iowa City West and all that coming in. So it's a quick turnaround for you and the team tonight. What's the talk? What did Coach mention to you guys about getting hydrated and getting ready for tomorrow?
Yeah, he told us to drink some water and get to bed. So
that's pretty simple.
That's my plan tonight.
Haven't seen much film on him, but after the schedule you guys have had and to come away with a big win tonight, a very nice crowd. The student section showed up, so fantastic job. Let's talk about some of the struggles you guys have had. As a senior coming in, you're starting 2 straight years as a senior, and you have a little bit of youth on this team. You have some veterans on this team, but with the schedule that you guys play, talk about being a senior leader and working your team and your teammates throughout this season and the schedule you guys are playing.
Yeah, we know it's a long season and we have one of the hardest schedules, so we know not to get down on ourselves. We just got to keep working hard and finish strong, get ready for state. That's all that matters.
Well, there you go. That's pretty simple. All right. Well, listen, I know you got a lot of schedule left. I look at Dowling's schedule tomorrow afternoon, 1:30. Dowling and Iowa City West here. You go back on the road Tuesday night at Ankeny, and then Friday home against Southeast Polk, and then the following week I think it's 3 games with Hoover, and hopefully there's not a storm in there where you might be playing 4 games in a week. But Drew gets some rest. It's a long season. This isn't baseball in the summer where you can kind of take stuff off. This is where he made his name because he's playing baseball, Coach Cataldo.
Yeah.
No. But you did a tremendous job this year with the baseball team and doing a super job. Let the game come to you, and tonight it did, and you should be commended. Anybody you want to give a shout-out to? Because there's a few folks listening, including your grandfather, I'm sure.
Yeah, my papa, my grandma, and my teammates.
Well, that says enough.
Jimmy? Say hi to your mother.
And my mom and dad.
Oh, yeah.
I've learned over the years.
Yeah. You forgot to say hi to Nick and your mom, Meredith? I mean, come on.
Two huge supporters of you and everything you do, and it's great to see that you're taking a leadership role and playing hard.
What about Nathan?
And Nathan and Sydney, too.
All right, there we go. Now I think we got it covered. Jimmy, anything else you want to corral this guy before
I just think it, continue to find some confidence in what you do, and I think, you always want to put this team on your shoulders, and that's what it looked like early on this game, and your teammates came up big as well as you did, and so congratulations on a big win tonight.
Thank you.
Go celebrate.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Drew Marr, our post-game interview here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Stay away from that guy there. He's kind of dangerous. You got to watch him. Well, Jimmy, that'll wrap things up. I know the boys have got to – oh, yeah. Yeah, those two. Yeah, my wife and Cindy are a good friend. They're here. They noticed what side they were sitting on, the Johnston side, so I get no loyalty.
You can see better over here because the students block everything out over there.
They do. So, yeah. Well, that'll wrap things up. Again, our next broadcast will be Tuesday night. We'll be at the Ankeny gym. Jimmy, you're going to be gone next week, work-related. So we got everything nailed down. Stevie Sarcone's going to join us Tuesday. I guess he forgot to ask for the night off from somebody that owns the company that he's at. But he's going to be here, I think. And then Friday night, the one and only, the guy who intercepted Kurt Warner, Mike Swaim Jr. is going to join me for the broadcast
I
a week
can't wait.
from tonight.
He's already asked me a little bit about the team and some of the things, and so I may give him some great information, or I just may let him float and see what he does.
He
is a tremendous ambassador of the game.
Absolutely.
Great mind of the game, so he's going to do a fantastic job, as he always does.
Well, he's got to get some reps in because he's the TV side of the boys' state basketball tournament, so they utilize Mike. And I thought he really had a face for radio, but they moved him to the TV side, so
we elevated him. We elevated him.
Did.
I think just like we did in that flag football game when they went opposite of me, and we elevated him, and he has a story to tell for the rest of his life.
That is the best story I've heard.
When he waved that ball at Kurt Warner, I thought that was incredible. And who would have thought?
That was awesome.
He did what he did.
And folks. And the families out there, this wasn't Mike Swaim playing arena football. That would not happen. This was flag football, and he intercepted Kurt Warner in the middle of a hot summer day, and I think it was down at Birdland, if I'm not mistaken.
It was Ashfield over on the east side.
Yeah. That's my wife's backyard where she grew up at in that area.
That's where we were.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up, and there's a lot to thank, but what a night. Thanks to the Dowling girls and Kristen Meyer and Ava Zediker for being our halftime guests, and, of course, Coach Steel King, the Dowling boys coach, a win tonight for being our halftime guest for both games, so we appreciate that. Jimmy, safe travels next week wherever you're going. Best of luck to you, and I know we'll catch up with you. Let's see, it'll be the week of the Hoover game, so that means I'll probably see you next at Waukee Northwest. I think we have them coming up. First time ever out there, so we'll see.
Look forward to it. Thank you.
Jimmy Cataldo, my broadcast partner, along with Scott Babinet in the girls' contest. Thank you, and thanks to them for being part of our broadcast. Our thanks to everybody involved, including Tom Wilson, the athletic director here at Dowling Catholic, Colleen Webb, Jared Herring from Dowling, and, of course, our in-studio producer, Brian Sweeney. Thanks for taking a Friday night off to keep us on the air and all you do back for Iowa Catholic Radio. Also thanks to the Johnston girls and boys basketball coaches, Chad Jellick and Brian Frick, and their athletic director, the former guy here, Michael Connor, for everything they do. Tammy Nelson, Melissa Cross, Randy Sparks, everyone at Johnston for helping us and assisting us with our broadcasts each and every game. Again, our next broadcast will be this coming Tuesday night, January 24th, Dowling at Ankeny, pregame at 6 o'clock. Girls will tip off at 6:15, boys to follow at 7:45. So join us on the broadcast here on Iowa Catholic Radio. And, again, for Scott Babinet, Jimmy Cataldo, Brian Sweeney, this is Mark Amadale saying goodnight and so long from everyone here at the Dowling Catholic Gymnasium. Final scores for the final time. In the girls' contest, 4th-ranked Dowling upset number 1 Johnston 62-48, snapping a 42-game winning streak by Johnston. The Dowling girls have now won 8 in a row. And the Dowling boys tonight held off Johnston 57-54 the final. The Dowling boys improved their record to 5-7. Johnston falls to 7-9. For Jimmy Cataldo, this is Mark Amadale saying goodnight and so long. Have a safe and blessed, faith-filled weekend.
Our coverage of Dowling Catholic sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Mercy One, and Skeffington's Formalware. Thank you for supporting the businesses that underwrite Iowa Catholic Radio. The proceeding has been a Dowling Catholic sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio.